Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 five-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off the first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today.
Let's just have a conversation.
Doing, family?
Solid. Mega Man to be exact. Now, Pearl was reacting to my content prior to coming to the UK.
All right. Well, we know. Everybody mute up real quick. All right, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk, everybody. We know what somebody was watching. I saw that.
I was unmuted.
Hey,
like what?
Hey, we know what you were watching. Don't worry. I know a lot of reaction videos coming for that one. But everybody, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. It's Thursday. Let's go. We got Queen Sheba in the building, or outside, you know. Mr. Let Go. Fantasy Island Girl back again. My main man, Bruiser. The real Precious. Ali. Brand new. Nurse K, say what's up. Say what's up. My man Sweeney, and She's So Lucky. And I am your host, Trigger Mike of the Trigger Mike Show on the Lapeef Network. Thank you. Thank you for your patronage on another good Thursday. This is about to be a bomb show. I hope y'all ready. How y'all doing, y'all? We ready or what?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Shoot. That's what's up, man. Shout out to the sponsor, Teej Hanley, for sponsoring tonight's show. Shout out to all our viewers. All right. All of our viewers nationwide and international. We international over here at the Lapeef Network. Y'all better know it. We got viewers in the UK and some we can take in the UK. I'm just saying. But we got African viewers. We got all type of viewers everywhere, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Okay, let me tell y'all something. We on the road to 100,000. I don't know how a network this great does not have 100,000 subscribers. So what I need for y'all to do, I need for y'all to share this out to your people. If you know somebody that wants to support a network such as this, hit that share button. Don't leave the stream, but hit that share button. Share this out to your Facebook news feed, your Instagram chat, and let them know we on the road to 100,000. Get those likes up right now and show your support. If you want to support the show, you can do so in form of super chat. So I was a bit naughty last week. I apologize. I did not read all the super chats. I guarantee you I will read all of them today. And if I somehow skip one, you can yell at me. All right. I'm here so I don't get fined. All right. I will read all of those super chats for y'all. We appreciate all of the support you show to the.
So how they going to yell at you? They're going to yell at you.
I don't know. I was just, and in fact, every interruption that Let Go interrupts me, please send a super chat cursing him out. Thank you. And if you are watching this broadcast after the broadcast is over, you can send a super thanks if you like what I say or any of the panelists say, and that is much appreciated. Shout out to the best chat in the business. We appreciate it. And yeah, it's time to get started, man. I'm feeling good tonight. How about y'all?
I'm feeling great. Feeling good.
All right, so we got a pretty decent icebreaker tonight. I don't know if y'all saw, but your boy Donald Trump, the grand jury votes to indict former President Donald Trump. All right, that's a pretty big deal. For those of you who are into politics, if I'm not mistaken, he is the first president in history to be brought up on charges. So that's a pretty big deal. I mean, I saw it coming from a mile away. So here's an icebreaker. We're just going to throw it in there. Who got thoughts on this? Who's politically inclined?
So he bribed her not to say anything, or
exactly. So let me read. I'm sorry. Let me read the formal. Grand jury votes to indict former President Donald Trump for a $130K hush money payment to a former adult film star, Stormy Daniels. Go ahead, Bruiser.
So the people that indicted him and want to bring up charges on him, would they rather have wanted it to be to the point to where, I mean, he was reckless and didn't care about his image or his brand? I think it's smart to to pay somebody to keep quiet, especially whenever you're supposed to be the pillar of the nation. So I mean, like, would they rather him not have? I mean, like, what would the charges be if he didn't pay her and it just came out?
Well, my thing is this: the whole. I kind of agree with Bruiser because people are going to do what they got to do, but my whole thing is doing that in the first place is the problem. Not like what is you doing? But I think this whole thing is meant to keep him from running for president.
Ladies, I feel like some of y'all have some smoke for Bruiser. I can feel it.
That's where I was going with Ms. Lego. I think it's a whole campaign shaming technique, strategy to keep him from running for president. That's what I think.
I think it's the opposite. I mean, it's Trump.
Exactly.
You know, anything to talk about Trump. So I don't think this is going to go anywhere, or I think
opposite.
You don't think there's no motive behind this?
I like
that.
that.
I just think
For
it's not
everyone
going
to be
to.
talking about him. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's
I
been-
think the attention being on Trump is actually going to get him reelected.
Exactly.
Yeah, where is this going to go?
I think it throws an interesting twist in the mix. It is extremely hard to unseat a sitting president, no matter how much you like or dislike. I want y'all to remember George W. Bush got reelected. Okay, so it's extremely hard to unseat a sitting president, even a Donald Trump. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the reason he's getting indicted is not just because he made the payment. It's where the form of the payment. He may have used either campaign funds, which is illegal, or something else of the sort. So what are your thoughts? Let me ask Nurse Key, what do you got on this?
I don't like politics, so I stay away from it. It's too complicated for me. It's too, I don't know. I don't like politics.
All right, let me just ask you this. What are your thoughts on Donald Trump becoming president again? What do you think that's going to do for your life? Nothing?
I feel like, honestly, I really wish I could just move out of the U.S. It's horrible here. It's awful. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't.
Wait, it's horrible here?
Yes. I have my views on how I feel about things that he's done, how I feel about things that he said, but then it's, certain things that wasn't unbearable. So I don't know. I just kind of stay out of politics. I don't like it.
So I think, just real quick, I don't want to divert too far off of it. So where would you move if you were moving out of the U.S.? Because I'm not even against expatriation, by the way. A lot of people are doing it, because of the political climate out here. It's actually becoming very popular. Where would you move? What do you think your destination would be?
Probably like Bali. I don't know. Take me and my kid and just go live in peace, eat fruit, have brunch in the pool every day. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Anybody
My
else got
whole
something on this?
problem is like when a man is just trying to get some ass, like let him get some ass. I'm just saying it's wrong, but damn, you gonna put him in jail trying to get some ass? Like what happened to Bill Clinton? He was just trying to get some head.
Wow, that's
Leave
very
folks alone.
asinine. Really?
You gonna put him in jail for trying to get some ass though?
They're not putting him in.
It's called sexual harassment.
No, he's not going to jail because he tried to get some ass. He's going to jail because he's using campaign funds to bribe people. No, to bribe people. That's the indictment. Well, that was one of them. He was indicted on
bribing for what? Because I may not know. What is
hush money? Whatever he was trying to keep up.
No. He's using the campaign funds.
But what was he trying to do? Get some ass, and she said she gonna tell? Or
it's for hush money. Basically, whatever she had to say, he said, "Take this 150, whatever the money was."
So we don't know
shut up.
What we don't know what he did with her.
He had an affair with her. He had an affair with her.
Sexual harassment. Did he harass her, or we don't know?
He didn't have. It was just a sexual affair. It was an extramarital affair with two women.
He was just trying to get some ass.
And it's also like tampering, right? I don't know the correct legal terminology. Like almost like it's almost like when you have a witness that's going to testify. Some people just off you, but in a white collar world, I'm going to pay you off first to get you to calm down and pipe down. But in the hood, I'm going to off you. Snitches get stitches. So this is just a more sophisticated way of just making my problem go away. And that's against the law.
Okay.
It's just a distraction from all the stuff that's really happening in the country. I mean, if we're making this a big issue, but we do acknowledge, I don't know how many people are aware of it. There's 1 million women and young girls being trafficked in and out of the United States every year. So annually. So this is just a detractor to keep us from focusing on things and actual resolutions to our issues. Just like us coming on the panels, like we having conflict resolution based conversations. Who's that? What happens when you ain't gonna let me finish?
Go ahead, bro.
Dang. No, I mean, there's bigger issues to tackle. The fact that he's doing that, we're acting like all these politicians aren't corrupt. Every single last one. The entire United States government is corrupt. Like
that's all I'm saying.
The entire infrastructure.
You put a man in jail for some ass.
It's a detractor, and it might be used to push him to be next president, to make people seem like we're doing a witch hunt on him, and then we pick him as the next president. Because we went from a president that was very outspoken, that said supposedly what other groups of people wanted to hear, to you don't even feel like you got a president. So I think they do it on purpose. It's to polarize everything, to make us focus on him instead of focusing on voting on the actual president for the right thing. So now everybody's going to focus on him, and it may push him to be the president of the United States.
This is what we doing. Well, y'all proving Anton right all last week with this dumb shit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. We was just holding Black China accountable for the nefarious dumb shit she did, and here we are right now talking about all he was doing was trying to get some ass.
That's
Mr.
Leggo.
Nobody said that.
That was Mr. Leggo.
One mic. Y'all got mad at me, so I'm doing what I'm doing. Remember that.
What are you doing?
Letting people do what they do. I ain't have no problem with Black China making some changes, and I ain't got no problem with Donald Trump. I'm not saying I don't have a problem with it, because that's adultery, but at the end of the day, putting a man in jail trying to get some ass, like leave that man alone.
No, you keep saying putting them in jail for trying to get some ass. They're not putting them in jail for trying to get some ass. They're putting them in jail for apparently bribery with campaign funds or government funding.
Right.
You can't do that. That's illegal.
Right. But we fake outrage. We fake outrage.
We're fake outrage. Thank you, Ali.
Hold on, let me finish. What do we as a whole focus on that's better in our situation? We wait for somebody to say something racist, somebody to do something, him to do something that's kind of legal. It's illegal what he did. We know it's illegal, but what I'm saying is that he's wrong if you're talking about legality. But what I'm saying is that it's detracting from us really doing something about anything.
Let me ask y'all. Donald Trump is a billionaire. Do you think it makes it worse and it changes the gravity of the situation that he used campaign funds to pay off an adult film star, but he's a billionaire? Do you think it's an egregious affront against the people? Do you think that matters?
No. Who's trying to get some ass? Leave that man alone.
Come on, y'all saying this is a distraction. He's a former president.
Yes, Trevor.
Being indicted.
Everything else is
all right,
corrupt.
one mic.
Like,
One mic.
Go ahead, sweetie. We fake outrage.
We're saying that this is fake outrage, or this is a what did you say? Whatever. This is a former president being indicted. Like, on what planet wouldn't that not make news?
Who cares? He's a former president. That's the first one. Who cares?
Apparently,
leave that man alone.
He didn't do it while he was a former president. He did it while he was president.
Who cares?
What do you mean?
There's another president that got some head while he was a president. Who cares? If I was a president, I want some ass too. Leave these men alone. Shit.
This is dumb.
Wow. Let go. All right. Anybody else got anything on this?
Hey, Sweeney, me and you having a misunderstanding.
I just think
it's. Oh, go ahead, Fantasy.
Who was that? Fantasy. Go ahead.
Running the whole damn country don't think I'm gonna get some ass. Leave me alone.
Mr. Lecco, I just think it's very interesting that there's nothing this man can do that would warrant people thinking that he should not be a public figure for America. He should not be the president. He should not be the face of America. It seems like there's nothing this man can do that would make people think that there's nobody else that's a better option than him. It just doesn't make any sense that every time it comes to election time, we decide between the same people that we don't want to elect, and then we argue about who elected who the whole time they're sitting. And it just is a cycle.
Well, overall, the world is falling apart because we got a dumbass idiot in I don't know if y'all know, we're about to lose the ability to spend actual money. We're about to go to some weird ass currency and all this other shit. So banks are we on our third bank that just failed. Like, the world is literally falling apart. So, and y'all want to talk about some damn ass. Leave that man alone.
So no accountability for Donald Trump. That's what you're advocating for.
That's basically
no accountability.
Yeah, that's what he's advocating for.
The world was actually I didn't really like him, but the world was actually it ran officially when he was in office.
I'm not going to completely disagree,
but at the end of the day, the world is falling apart, literally. So I'm just looking at the contrast.
The world's falling apart. Okay.
I think it should be some accountability.
Sweeney. Hold on, Sweeney. What president? If it makes any difference to any of us, what president did something for anybody? Is the country getting worse or better for people? Is it getting worse for people or better? Tell me the president that was selected that made the country better in your lifetime.
I would say that the country is running exactly as it's always done. There's been ups, there's been downs. We've had recession. We had a recession in 2008. We had the Great Recession. We had a whole bunch of different things happen in this country. This isn't the first time a bank has failed. So for us to sit here, for us to sit here and act as if the world is falling apart, it's not. Our country ain't falling apart. What are we talking about?
Sweeney, so is it safe to say that politicians have these spats where they come out into the news and allegations are brought up, about these presidents, that this is nothing new either?
True. I agree. But I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, man, the guy was just trying to get some ass. That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom level of it. But at the end of the day, I think it's Donald Trump, and Donald Trump always has hoopla around him. I really don't honestly believe a lot of things that come out in the media, so I don't really get an outrage about it. Especially
when we're talking about a sitting president. When we've been I've only been on this panel for a few weeks, but I've watched several episodes of this show, and I've heard y'all hold all types of people accountable for just getting some ass. But here we are. Here we are. We have a sitting president doing extramarital shit, not being very presidential like, and we're gonna sit here and say, well, the guy was just trying to get some ass. That's crazy. We might well shut the cameras off then, because at this point, because we gonna let him slide, but we ain't let nobody else slide. We didn't let Black China slide last week. We don't let Black China slide. I'm talking about us in general. We didn't let Sierra slide. We don't let nobody else slide. All these women y'all done been holding accountable this entire time. And then here we go with the president. And all of a sudden it's okay for him to want to get some ass, despite the fact that he's married, despite the fact that he's a sitting president.
That's what he's saying.
Well, let me add some validity.
Hold on, let go. You say you spoke. You did 7 responses. Hold on,
I'll leave and let go. Go ahead.
It's wild.
That's what he's saying. What I'm saying is that how is black community as a whole, or any race of people as a whole, addressing Black China, Russell Wilson, Sierra situations better than the black community? That's the only thing we fake outrage about. We always mad about another entertainer or this president who's an entertainer as well too. What else do we care about? Especially take the women out of it. What are black men doing to change our situation, to change our families, to change our environments? Like, where are we going to Congress? Where are we changing laws and policies? Why am I addressing him? He paid off somebody. It was illegal, but that's what all these politicians are doing. All I'm saying is us as a collective we ain't mad about the realest things. What is this?
This is our country holding a man who wants to run this country accountable and making an example out of him as we do everything else. And that's necessary. It's very important for it's people out here that want to be the president one day. That's not how you perform as no man in power that's supposed to be running a nation of people. It's just not. It's disgusting how he's acting, how he's always acted. So we're not going to sit here and pretend like just because he I don't know, just because he is who he is or he's done what it doesn't matter what president didn't do what for who. None of that matters. That doesn't even.
Well, what are we going to do about it as a whole?
Hold on, wait.
What can we do about it as a whole? Let's talk about
that's what I'm saying. We're not going to do nothing about it.
But I'm just saying, our community, like us, our people, what can we do? We fight a losing battle every single day. They give us no leg room to make any real decisions. We hold no real weight. Like, thank God for Barack Obama. They can say whatever, but he did it twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed up and he did it twice. Black man. What can we really do? They don't.
What did he do for black people specifically?
Uh-oh.
I said, what did Obama do specifically for black people?
Like I said, I don't necessarily feel like this is an argument of what president did what. I personally just feel like this whole Trump thing is just America holding him accountable, and they never have.
Also,
he's been able to do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted, because of what? Because he's a billionaire, because he's what? He gets away with everything. He stood in front of national TV and disrespected people with special needs, women. He does a lot of things that he's never been held accountable for. So now the one time that he did something that doesn't seem like a big grand scheme of things, he just wanted some ass. So what? Straw that broke the camel's back. Let's hold him accountable.
Nurse Key, how does it make you feel to know that he did all these things to these people?
I don't like the man at all. It bothers
me. Is that reason why you don't like him?
Is it? Yes, I don't like him because he's.
So it's safe to say you don't also like your peer sisters that share the same color as you, that do the same thing to black men and the same thing to their children and their bodies, as far as practicing purity and accountability. You don't like your sister, your counterparts to either, right?
I don't agree with everything that everybody
they out here doing things with Donald Trump.
Yeah, and
don't you say nothing, Mr. Let Go. Don't you say nothing.
Because they giving up ass.
Don't you say nothing.
I don't
they
I'm
selling
not
ass.
All right.
I hold everybody for everything.
We got anybody else that want to? Sorry about that. You finished, Nurse K?
Yeah,
no, Trigger. Go ahead and put the cape on. You saved her. Go ahead.
You saved her. You saved
her. We got to transition. I'm trying to be respectful of time.
They are selling ass.
We got other topics. We gonna get it in. Hey, in fact, everybody say hi and welcome Nurse K, because I'm guaranteeing by the end of the night you ain't gonna like about 2 of these Negro. I promise you. So
hey, Nurse
I want to
K.
make sure everybody cordial and we can get along right now.
I'm not gonna let Trigger Mike eat my name, Nurse Key.
Oh, what did I say?
You the first one.
Thank you. Hold him accountable. Hold
Let Go.
Hey, Nurse Key.
Thank you. Hi.
Shut up, Let Go. In fact, the dude that just talked, I guarantee by the end of the night you're gonna hate him.
Hey, before you go, Trigger Mike.
Yep.
Sweeney, I hope you say what I think.
Go ahead, bro.
Never mind. All right. We're gonna get into our first topic of the night. Where does your dating preference come from? I got a short clip. Stay tuned. Let me play that.
Nature versus nurture, it's all of the above. So it's systemic, it's what you're seeing,
interpersonal,
it's the marketing that is around you,
been that way
it's
for
your
years.
household, it's everything all together.
Wait, that was
All
it?
right, so that was
the
it.
shortest video.
All right,
Wait,
but
what
before we get
happened?
to that, let me get to these super chats. We got quite a bit coming in. Let me go ahead and get those right now. I said I'm getting every super chat tonight, and they coming in. We appreciate it. Let me get those start up real quick. All right, $2. Sakbase show earlier, fire show earlier. Appreciate that. Immaculate topics. Hey, fire every day on the Trigger Mike show. Make sure you tune in weekday mornings. Thank you for that. Yeah, we snitched on you, Trigger Mike. Read the chats. You damn right you did, but it's okay. I learned. I learned slow, but I learned. Wyatt, $5. Why would he use campaign funds when he's a billionaire? Same thing I said, Wyatt.
Exactly.
Yeah. MC. Well, you know what? You know what though? That is what narcissism is. He never thought he'd get caught. Why use his own money? That's what narcissism breeds.
I don't think he uses campaign funds. I just thought I think they forget it. I don't know.
Yeah. Heavy tits, $5. He basically lied about the campaign funds being used to pay her off. They got him on a technicality. Good point. My man Billy Goat Gruff, $2. Best chat in the world is asking to bring Tommy up. Stay tuned. Things happen on the Lapeef Network. You may see him. Sherwin Thomas, $2. TM, you messing up. Precious has to be next to you. I know. Hey, we got Sheba next to me. I don't think that's a bad look for me. All right. My man, $20. We appreciate that. It's fake outrage because these same people who hate Trump ain't got no smoke for Biden. The country was way better under Trump. Anybody saying otherwise is purely overly emotional. Heavy tits, $5. Adam Schiff warned him that U.S. intelligence had 7 ways from Sunday to mess with him. He wasn't lying. You can't go up against the deep state. I agree. My man KOSZG, $5. Can anyone tell me which policy Trump implemented that they don't agree with? Trump gave billions to HBCUs and Biden took it back. That is a fact. Thanos, $20. Black people don't even have an agenda. They're only groups who use their vote for free. Since when does Trump getting some affected the community? We have bigger problems than Trump getting some. I think this is Ali's alter ego. This dude literally echoed everything you just said.
That's my dog.
All right, KOSZG, $2. Trump did more for blacks than Obama. That's a fact. I don't know if y'all know that, but that is a fact. Look up opportunity zones. Look up
porn star black girl.
Still nothing.
Yeah. Trucker Yale, $5. Appreciate that. So let me get this right. Indict Trump, but won't indict the people on the Eastern list. Toy Bands, $5. Biden called black children roaches. Is the same energy for him. Dig big energy. Glad I said that right. No pause necessary. $2. Shout out to Nurse Targaryen, protector of the
still a pause. Still a pause.
Does she know who that is?
Do you? Hey, you know what they talking about, right? You the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea.
She a great queen. She has a blonde hair on Game of Thrones.
Indeed.
I never even seen Game of Thrones.
You'll like it.
Oh, we got to get you indoctrinated. All right, heavy tits, $5. Obama didn't go against the deep state. He stayed on code with big government. Striking it rich, foreign currency, 2. Sweeney, a full simp out here. Not the sharpest tool.
Well, damn.
Work to do.
Well, damn.
Billy Goat Gruff, $5. So we gonna act like Biden not smelling a little good on stage and his son smoking in cahoots with China. No accountability or indictments there, nurse. All right, we appreciate those super chats. If you are just tuning in, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk on Thursday, the best show on YouTube. We got, as usual, an all-star panel. I'm bringing that question back up. We are going to start with Sheba on this one. Where does your dating preference come from? You got the floor.
I think initially it's probably a learned experience from childhood, but I think as we grow and mature, it comes by way of experience. At least it's supposed to, right? As we experience and as we begin to learn ourselves, learn more about compatibility, learn from our mistakes, right? But I think initially, if we're talking straight out the blocks, probably from childhood, what you've seen in your household, it's a statistics show that most people tend to marry one of their parents or pick one of their parents. And I know that sounds crazy. You're not necessarily picking the gender of your parent, but more so a personality style. Even if that parent is absent, you may find yourself picking somebody that doesn't commit necessarily emotionally. So it's a lot that goes into play, but the goal is to pick better as we become more evolved, as we learn lessons learned, and as we begin to cultivate a healthier attitude towards relationships.
All right, solid. Let go. Where does your dating preference come from?
My dating preference comes from like I say, I like women with little heads, as an example, right? Because when I was young, me and my homeboys always had this understanding, like, all right, the girl is fine now, but you get her pregnant, she gonna get fat on you, right? So that's kind of like a thing we did. So how do we avoid finding a chick that turns around and gets fat as she gets pregnant? And then we start looking at the the fact that she got a little head is a possibility she's not gonna get fat. So that's one of the things. And my dating preferences also came from just growing up seeing the type of women that I grew up watching on TV, the Holly Berrys, the Nia Longs. I always like women who wear their natural hair and not wigs and stuff. You feel me? So my ex-wife never wore wigs. So my dating preferences came from just what I was used to, dating. And I think for 10 years when I was in my marriage, I was out of the dating market for 10 years. So 10 years later, I go back in the dating market. Now chicks are wearing wigs and all this other shit. So 10 years prior, they weren't. So after that, I was just like, I'm not changing my way of thinking and my preferences. No, if she ain't got a natural hair, I don't want to mess with her. So that's how my dating preferences came together.
You are the most interesting person on the Lapeef Network. I just need to give you that tonight. Little heads.
So you mean to tell me there ain't no women out there with natural hair that not none? You can't find one of them.
What do you mean?
No.
I'm confused.
They all just got wigs on, huh?
No, there's plenty of women with little heads with their natural hair. What do you mean?
Man, shit, right there.
I'm dating.
Sure.
I'm confused.
Just making sure. I thought you were saying like, hey, shit, I came back into the market. Shit's trash now, bro. I can't do nothing.
No. I'm just saying I stayed with my preferences is what I'm saying. I didn't turn around and say, oh, okay, I'll succumb to this new trend of wig wearers. No. Hell no. Same way.
Fantasy Island girl, take it away.
My preferences come from, I guess, what I've seen my family go through. My family's mostly been married, so me watching their relationships kind of tailored the type of man I wanted in a partner. I think a lot of people's preferences come from imaginary ideas, though, like from television shows or from movies, because they don't have somebody to look to identify this is the type of relationship I want. So they base it off of something they see on TV. And I think that's what causes a lot of these unrealistic expectations.
Nice. My man Bruiser, what you got?
Shit. I would say my preferences come from, like, I would say psychological conditioning, cultural norms, stuff that been passed down through, my parents who gave me a representation of, how they, I guess mesh with each other as far as with love and all that other stuff. And also as far as the physical side, because the physical and appearance is a factor in it too. I got that from watching music videos, BET Uncut, stuff like that. seeing really good looking women in movies and stuff. I'm a real big movie fanatic. So a lot of that stuff was it dawned in on me that, okay, look, I like how her body type is. And I started to translate that into the women that I would prefer or be attracted to. Women with symmetrical faces, women with that waist to hip ratio, I like the gap. I don't know if y'all know what the gap is. The gap, what the gap is when the inner thighs don't touch. Whew.
Yeah.
Those things
1000%.
right there, man. Seeing that shaped my preference. All of them don't always align with what I choose, but for the most part, the protrusion, what I'm saying, on the backside, all that stuff is always. I ain't never going flat. I don't care how cute she look in the face, but yeah, that's where my preferences come from.
All right, let's get Precious in there. Where does your dating preference come from? You on mute.
Muted. You on mute first.
I know. My mouse is stuck. I would say initially they come from my parents. My parents have been married. They still are married, but most of our relationships do come from our parents. It's until we get some type of conditioning or therapy, because sometimes relationship with parents aren't always the best. A lot of people don't have a relationship with their parents. They were raised by their grandparents, and their relationship advice or even life advice is so different and far from where you currently are. So sometimes you have to get different conditioning, but I would primarily say from my parents. You can tell when someone was raised by a single parent as opposed to someone who wasn't. So that plays a huge role in dating preferences for me.
Nice. Ali, what you got on it?
I think for the most part, I mean, I guess we're putting this in general and personalizing in a way as well too. I think the majority of our dating preferences come from whether you were in a household of watching people who were interacting with each other to make each other feel good, which usually is temporary, or you were part of a household of people who were there because they were good for each other. So I think that changes the relationship dynamics culturally. Like if you're in a culture that's like that, if you're in a household where people are coming together based off what's good for them, I think a lot of times you'll get it right the first time. And this is why I think people used to marry off people, because they gave their children off to people that equated to their household, versus the current culture where a lot of us saw a lot of broken issues, saw a lot of people who couldn't communicate with each other, saw a lot of people abuse substances to make themselves feel good, and others, and then it turned into temporary relationships, whether it's friends or family or a partner. So I think a lot of our dating preferences are from our households and our upbringing.
Nice. All right, we waiting to hear from you, Nurse Key. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
I think my dating preferences come from a few different places. So like number one, my experiences, like a lot of what I want comes from what I don't want anymore. I would definitely say where I am in life. So the men that I dated when I obviously didn't know my worth and I was depressed or just settling for whatever doesn't at all compare to the man that I chose to date when I was outside of that. So, and then I guess I can agree with everybody else. It definitely has something to do with my family dynamic. Like what Queen was saying, I was not in an odd way, but I was, more compelled to date men who reminded me of my dad. So, yeah, those are my dating preferences.
All right, solid. Sweeney, what you got?
I was gonna say pretty much everybody already hit that. A lot of our dating preferences come from the way we grew up, who we saw, things like that. Bruce, I kind of agree with Bruce on this. My dating preference came from watching Janet Jackson and the We Go Deep video. That I was, what I mean, that was one of my first, and I've always been a breast man. But outside of that, yeah, I think a lot of people, the people that we encounter, we start to figure out what we like and what we dislike about, about people, and that's how we gain that.
Can I comment? I just got a question for Nurse Key. So you say,
is he picking on me?
No, it's just a question.
Oh, okay.
Your response was really intriguing to me.
Okay.
So my question to you is, you said it come from your experiences. So is it safe to say that a lot of your experiences a lot of the way your experiences happen with men and the trauma that you got from it. And trauma could be, it's something that you can remember, something that could affect the decisions you make in the present. These men you used to date, basically, you refine your preferences, like you refine them, make them better and better, from moving from pipe to pipe. Is that true?
Wait, what? Bro, what is wrong with you?
I think that your choice of language is a bit tricky, but
I'm sorry, I should have used a different word.
To kind of answer your question, I would definitely say that from my experience, my dating preference is refined, more fine-tuned, and very much changed based on, like I said, where I am in my life, number one, who I am internally as a woman, and number two, my experiences. I'm not saying that I haven't made the same choice more than once, but that's, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is, like I said, if I see something that part of knowing what I want is knowing what I don't want. So from my experience, my dating preferences change based on that.
So would you say for a woman that's coming out there that may be younger than you and that's getting a dating, would you say that it's better to go through the motion, go from experience so you can refine your preferences and later on meet Mr. Right? Or should you take an alternative approach given your circumstances right now?
I would go with the first one.
That's the question.
I would definitely go with the first one because number one, everything is always changing all the time. So I feel like, we grow, we evolve, people change, grow apart, grow together, however it goes. So
basically they should go off of their experiences, like, body to body.
You was right. I don't think I'm gonna like him once this is over.
Oh no, it was Mr. Lego that you wasn't gonna like.
I ain't do nothing. Wait, what?
Oh no, you're gonna like Mr. Lego. Mr. Lego gonna cape for you.
I ain't say nothing though. Why?
It's coming. It's coming.
You weren't talking to him. Why you put me in it?
I'll yield.
Hook, line, and sinker, boy. I tell you.
All right.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Let's get to you. What is your dating preference? Oh, wait, did you
go
already?
I already answered.
All right, let's get Lucky in there.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Nurse Key, you are very pretty. But I would say my dating preferences, I understand why people say parents, but if I had listened to my parents, I wouldn't have experienced a lot of the assholes I experienced. So I'm going to say it majorly came from my peers because my parents could say one thing, but I was always the one that was more influenced in those younger days by my friends. So like whoever was popular or, what was the thing. And I'm going to say mainly that was when my experience and attraction to women came, like during that phase, because I lacked emotional security from men. So I was always easily to connect with women emotionally because we're emotional. So a lot of my friends were either bisexual and things like that. So it was already something that I was exposed to. So my preference came by way of emotions first. And then that just happened to be a woman. So I would say my peers.
All right, Tommy, I see you in the back. I'm going to bring you up to answer the question. So let me drop down.
Queen Sheba, you're up next.
He can drop himself down. I'm learning shit.
I think I answered. I was the first one to go. So are we on this? Did everybody receive a chance to answer the question?
Somebody didn't answer.
Tommy was going to go.
Tommy, I think Tommy the last one.
Wait, did Island Girl go?
Yeah, Island Girl went.
Okay. Tommy?
Okay, before I start, I want to say, Mr. Let Go, you are very handsome.
I knew you were going to do that. That makes sense.
Where you get that chain at, bro? Where you get that chain? You look good in that chain. Who knows why I'm saying this?
Yeah, I know because
I know why.
Lucky said
right. See, women like to compliment each other. Like I was like, man, and it make them feel good. They're like, girl, where you getting that dress? They go on and on like that. I would like that.
Tommy,
but I'm saying we should be able to do that. We should walk up to us and be like, nigga, you look good.
We should start doing that.
Normalize that. Go ahead.
Yo,
normalize
that. You got on, bro.
Hey, sweetie, I like the toboggan, man.
I can't control your own narrative.
I believe we should. We should do that.
I agree.
Look, Clark Kent over there. The black
Yeah,
Clark
like
Kent.
them headphones.
Cocoa put on your face today, boy.
Hey, I like that suit. That shirt, Bruce.
Yeah.
Right, Bruiser, that tie that you
I
look
like
good.
that shirt and tie, man.
That tie's
You
a little
look like
tight
you
on
might
you.
fuck around and call a play during the
still like
timeout.
it. You look like you can't breathe, but I like the tie.
You look like you might call a play.
Don't let Tommy get started already. Yo.
Hey, let go. You see Trigger Mike?
What do you say? Let go. You are very handsome. See what I'm saying? Like, you know, hey, man. Yo, man.
Hey, I don't know. We'll be talking about dating preferences.
It is what it is. Trigger Mike just hating. It's all good though.
Mm-hmm. When y'all talk about dating preferences, are y'all talking about like the physical look of the woman?
Period. What has formed your dating preferences? Why do you date the women you date?
Trauma.
Oh, damn.
You been taking
seriously, I can't lie. Well, I think one of the biggest problems I've ever had in life was women. I date women that just, I have a horrible picker, is what my aunt said. My grandma said, "You like hoes, don't you?"
Come from? You said
because I was raised by. If you're raised by, listen, it was a bad group of women around. It just really was. I saw a bad group of women. I was raised in the projects, and what was normal is not normal. But I thought it was normal, and you kind of start getting together with people who've had the same kind of crap that you've had, and y'all bring crap and y'all make a whole crap gumbo. So I think physically I have a look, but then I end up with the mental part. You're attracted to it. It's like the old song that said, some people want to use you, some of them want to be used, some of them want to abuse you, some of them want to be abused. You kind of bring that thing in your life. And a lot of times we'll bring that thing in our life that we swear up and down we don't want. And we find ourselves in that situation. I think that was probably one of my issues. I needed a yin to my yang. So I like somebody that's exciting and that's out doing stuff, because I'm a homebody. So I like somebody that's going to drag me to stuff. But then they'll drag you to court or they'll drag you to jail. So you end up having a lot of trauma. I think you end up in a relationship with somebody. If you raised like how I was raised, my grandmom and my aunt, well, it was 13 of us in a 3-bedroom house, not a bedroom house, but like the project thing. It was 13 of us in the 3-bedroom. And I can remember my grandmother and my aunt literally just had knives like they were on guard trying to kill each other. One of my cousins got shot at what we used to have these things called sellings when I was little, where the women would get together and they would sell food and the men would have another place where they would gamble. We saw plenty of people get shot. All that stuff was normal. So I grew up with people and we thought, and whenever you hear Black people say, we should date because we share the same struggle. It took me this long to realize you don't want to date somebody that shares the same struggle with you. Why do you want a struggle relationship? And if you watch, a lot of us are looking for it. And if there's no problems in our relationship, we typically say it's boring and we leave.
There's actually something called damaged neuroception. When we've been traumatized significantly, we start seeing things from the opposite end of what things supposed to be. So you start seeing good women or good men as bad or boring, like you said, and then looked at bad women or bad men as enticing and exciting, which is good, because if you grow up in a household full of chaos, it's kind of like what you're used to.
Is it Tommy? Is it Tommy?
Yes.
For one,
you can call me by my Cash App name. No, it's just fun.
Whatever you're drinking has a lot of ice in it. It looks refreshing. And
I'm Caribbean, and I don't know if you guys.
Ting. Oh, I've heard of that. That. It's like a lemon lime.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Tommy, is you related to that dude, Joe, the singer?
Oh my God.
I was just asking.
Well, at least you didn't say Anthony Hamilton. I get one or two. Me and Anthony Hamilton used to be on Instagram saying that we was brothers.
I can see that. But that's what I was saying earlier, that therapy is needed, because if you're used to seeing trauma, or if you're raised in that type of environment, then that's going to, lead you into relationships where you're going to be feeding trauma into trauma. So a lot of times we have to heal from our childhood, because those are the first representations of relationships that we have. And I think a lot of people, like you said, it was normal for you to see those things. So it was normal for you to pick the women that you picked. And a lot of times we have to get outside of the comfort level that we're used to and go outside of those comfort levels. And if you don't get therapy, and if you still mad at your baby daddy and your grandmama and your mom and your dad, you're not going to be able to, be in those successful relationships, because you're still holding on to that stuff.
See, my problem was I was
Easily
raised.
just
I felt
look
so
at
bad for the. I felt so bad for the women because it was very few men in the house. Only men were us boys. There were no men there, and I think this is why I'm so against single parents. I thought my mom and my grandmother, them were like gods, and they were just perfect, and men weren't shit. And I was growing up to be a man, though. So I thought men were evil. Men were bad. I seen men beat my mom. I seen men just never be there when you needed them. So I thought men were evil. So I said, I want to be the change. And all I grew up to be was a simp. I grew up to be a man that was giving women shit that they didn't deserve, thinking that just because this is a female, you should try to take care of her. But what happens is, if you grow up in a town full of vultures, you end up getting used being that guy. And to this day, I still am that guy. You can listen to whatever people say about me, but most women don't say anything any bad about me because I take care of people. I like taking care of people. But when you have a father will tell you, yes, as a man, you can take care of people. I heard a man say, every man needs a woman. You just might not need that woman. And see, I didn't learn that. You don't learn when you're raised by a woman, you think that your job is to save everyone. You got to save the community. You got to be a mentor. When you're raised by a father says, you pick the woman that you want to take care of. You take care of that woman. You don't take care of all women. You take care of what's yours. You build yours. And that was my problem. I thought, well, my mom deserved a good man, even though she had kids by several men. So I should be with a woman like that. And then it took me a while to realize, wait a minute. No, I shouldn't. You should have your own. But it's a difficult thing to do because just like you're living two lives. One of them is the one that you figured out and you know. And one of them is the one that you've lived and it's a habit. An alcoholic is always an alcoholic. They have to always be on guard for alcohol. They can never get too comfortable with their sobriety. And people who've been raised in traumatic situations like mine, we have to always be on guard because we can fall right back into what became a habit.
Can I ask a question just to everyone?
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
It's like you just got out of court. Bruce, leave people alone. But I will ask, based on your preferences, everyone's preference now, which I'm assuming you've had relationships prior, would you say when you started off dating, that was your same preference then? Like, do you still keep a little bit of the stuff that was on your list prior to now? Or did your preference pretty much change?
So I'll say, with me, to be honest with you, my preference has somewhat been the same, personality wise, looks wise. Yeah, because one thing I can only speak for me. I've had some really great relationships. Like the women that I've dated have been some amazing ass women. It just didn't work out or whatever. So no, I still got the same preferences and I'm going to have the same preferences. I'm going to make some changes, here and there within the preferences and within me and learning from mistakes or whatever. But one thing I could say, like, all my exes are dope as fuck. So I'm good with my preferences.
Oh, so it's you that ain't shit. I got it.
Right. Like if you're not with the preference.
That's what you just
Hey, apparently, yeah. But I did
my
say
preference is nothing like what it used to be.
Me.
All right, Tommy, I'm gonna bring you back up in just 1 second. All right, that was dope. I got a question for y'all before we get to the next one, especially on this. So I heard everybody's dating preferences and all of that. That was cool. So I'm gonna try to get a little deeper into it. Do you think if a man has big women in his family, he's more likely to end up liking big girls?
No, because every time he fall down on the couch and his nose hit the couch pillows, he smell ass. He's not gonna want to date big women.
Everybody like the ham hock elbows. That's how you know she could cook. Y'all got the skinny people in the kitchen. That's the problem.
Nah, these fat girls ain't cooking these days. They're just fat.
Of the down south, and they could cook. They were always good wives.
No, these fat girls ain't cooking these days. These fat girls is ordering Uber Eats.
So is it the fat girl that the man would be attracted to, or is it the essence of the big woman that he grew up with? Is it the size for the guys? Is it the size? Or is it something about her and she just happened to be fat?
The women I was around was all small, so I guess that might be the reason why. I don't know. I ain't been around no fat women.
You're not gonna be attracted to her.
If you see me with a fat woman, you know what my bank account is on. Empty.
And she taking
Your
me
grocery
out.
list is fat.
Yeah, I need a place to stay. I'm just letting y'all know. Y'all can tell how I'm doing by who I'm with.
But Tommy, you said you was okay. So, what's the most expensive date you ever been on during your?
You don't ask me that.
When you were simping.
Yes. I will. Oh no. My aunt. During Christmas, my aunt was upset with me because I love feeding people, and since I was there, I got her some Wagyu steak. She never had any. I was giving it to her, and she was eating it. And then she saw the bill from the place. You stupid as fuck. I said, what? She said, ain't no way I'd pay this much money for no food. And I was like, but I wanted you to have it. I like people to have stuff. So don't ask me about it because I'll look bad because I really enjoy taking. My daughter, I really take care of her. She's really spoiled. As a matter of fact, I just bought a thing for her just because she wanted this cow outfit to go to school and act silly in a cow outfit. And she's 17. So she's just as stupid as her dad. But she wants to wear this outfit. And I bought this outfit. Her prom dress that she's wearing. Now that hurt. But I put it on Instagram and said, which one y'all want? And of course, they picked the one that was the most expensive, which one she wanted. But I'd rather give it to her than give it to myself. I think my problem is I never knew how to make myself happy. So I don't know what makes me happy. But I love making other people happy. So asking me what I spent on a date, I spent whatever you wanted me to.
So what about you, Sweeney? So I know Trigger left out of here with a question. And I think he was talking about big women. Is it safe that that's come from eating disorders? And they say eating disorder comes from the lack of father.
Can we define trauma? Growing up around fat women makes you just want to be fat.
It could be a lot. It could be autoimmune disease. It could be a lot. But Sweeney, have you ever been attracted to a big woman that you really liked and cared for?
Yeah.
Can we define what a big woman is?
Whatever that means to you.
Are we talking like Lizzo big?
When they say that, his
You're
woman big.
a lovely woman that was a little bit not as thin as you would normally choose, but she was lovely. She was a little bit curvier than your normal pig, but she was a beautiful woman inside and out.
Oh wait, are we talking Lizzo big or are we talking like
describing chubby? She's describing chubby.
She got a double chin and she got 2 armpits.
It doesn't have to be the most extreme case.
She got 2 backs.
Have you ever hit a bigger woman after midnight?
Her love handles hang outside her panty line.
The laugh let you know everything you needed to know. Everything you needed to know.
Sober.
Sweeney look like he date fat chicks. So I don't know.
Hold on, wait a minute.
But we don't mean that.
Why does he do though?
Look.
Lucky, don't he?
He hasn't denied it.
There was a story.
See?
But I'm a married man. I can't talk about that. There was a story, but I'm a married man. I can't talk about that.
All right. Let's get to these super chats.
One white man gonna get it all.
I know. I just wanted to know who's feeling the big girls. They got to get Sweeney.
We still got to define what big is. Are we talking?
Man,
average,
you know what
big girl American big? Are we talking Lizzo big?
You went, she big.
You know what Lizzo big then? How about
what do you? No, wait. What do you think is big? Give us a person that you think is big.
I would say if we were talking like normal big, who would be the best?
Queen Latifah.
Ain't no normal big.
What the hell is normal big?
I get what he's
I'm
saying.
trying to
There's different
explain.
types of
Big
big.
bone. You talking about big bone?
You know
Yo,
what?
I ain't talking about
Abnormal.
big bone. I'm
Hold up,
talking
Sweeney.
about
Hold
like
up, Sweeney. Every
anybody
hood
that
got a
says
big
big
red.
bone, that means
Hold on. Every hood got a big red, and I'm talking about big red big.
You talking about raw beef big?
you talk about. Are we talking like fuck up your salon chair or your barber chair big, or we just talking
Yeah,
like
yeah. At the 4th
You
of July
talking
cookout,
about-
Why y'all trying to
leaning
act like y'all know what big is all of a sudden? That's so
We
weird.
talking
There's
about
different
low
types of
tire
big.
pressure on the
There's
passenger
different type
side.
of big.
I
to
know.
guys.
I know.
He trying to diminish how big the girl was that he was smashing. If she was fat, she was
no, that's not what I'm saying. Because I think if we're talking, the reason why I keep saying, are we talking normal big? Because we know that the average size of a black woman in this country is about 175, and a lot of eyes that can be seen as big. So are we talking that, or are we talking Lizzo 300
chick
pounds?
that's 170 is not big.
We
Stop.
talking about precious big. We talking
Okay,
about
precious
precious.
big. If we're talking precious big,
All right, one mic.
there's never been a time where I've dealt with a precious big girl.
Hold on, just for the record, we talking about the famous.
While you were
Precious,
sober,
not the
right?
real Precious. Y'all,
Not even drunk.
Y'all, wow. Let me get.
You gotta say the actress Precious.
Why
Don't
y'all
just say
argue what a
Precious.
damn
Don't
big
do that.
woman is? Y'all know
my
what a big
bad.
woman is. Y'all crazy. Trucker Yale, $2. Epstein list. Clement Gray, $2. Thank Obama for the alphabet mafia mess we got. Oh, that is true. That is facts. I ain't going nowhere. $5. Sheba is here to interrupt men from speaking. She told B. Taylor before the show, "Ooh, girl, wait till it starts. I'm gonna talk my shit. Just watch." Why do I believe that's true? Most preferences come from 1, environment / culture, 2, physical / mental attraction, 3, past experience. Ooh, that seems sound. Trucker Yale, $5. Stop sugarcoating. We know Nurse living off the same Thunder Rat playbook that is the Thunder Rat starter kit. Do you have a response? Oh, you on mute.
Mute it.
Oh, just keep on going. All right. I told you you're gonna hate somebody. It's either gonna be on the panel or in the chat, but you're gonna hate somebody. The Orange Pill Nurse, $20. To dummy on panel. Obama created Fair Sentencing Act, which helped decrease incarceration of black people. Obamacare ensured over 3 million blacks who weren't before. He created my brother's keeper. Know your facts. Rebuttal.
He passed a law to protect the police officers. He bombed the most Arab countries. He sent more Hispanics out of this country than anybody. He told Flint that they could drink their water when they shouldn't have been drinking their water. And he helped the LGBT movement.
Did you write an Obama paper in college? God damn, how you fire all of that off?
All the presidents ain't doing nothing. They ain't good for nobody.
Damn. All right.
I remember telling my own kids that because of Obama, your life is going to be trash in the next 10 years.
Wyatt, experience equals body count. Trucker Yale, facts, Tommy, exactly. Freedom became a member of the Green Gang. We appreciate that and thank you for your support. Heavy Tits, $5. Tommy spitting. Cade Crash, $5. I totally hear you on that. Let go. New member of the Green Gang, Frenchie 757 from my hometown. MC Heavy Tits, $5. I'm old and average. The most a dude spent on a date was $60, and I felt bad that he spent that much. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Look, I see y'all faces. Look at the faces. I see them. We're not gonna go there.
I spent a lot of money on tires before.
Let's talk about it.
Nah. That is a full rabbit hole, bro. Definite G, $5. Single mothers induct their children in the sisterhood, but the boys eventually get kicked out of it because they are growing up to be the adversary. Thanos, $5. Honestly, culture and family values are my top priority when dating women. Unfortunately, most B-dubs doesn't understand the importance of nuclear family. Joshua Turner, $25. Tommy brought that energy. Christopher J, $5. Sweeney slept with them. Take one for the team, big chicks. It's okay, brother. You did your time and it ain't going back. Hey, I got vibes. I got the same vibes, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, Sweeney. My man Tommy Sotomayor, appreciate that. Bring me a mod stick, ninja. All right, bet. Oh, I don't got the abilities, but we're gonna get you squared away. All right, let's get this next topic launched. If you are just tuning in, thank you for tuning in to the Lapeef Let's Talk Show, the hottest talk show on Thursday. Thank you for your super chat so far and all of your support. Get those likes up. I need 400 likes right now. We got almost 1,400 people and 369 likes. I need 200 likes right now. Before I bring Tommy back up, Tommy, I'm gonna use you as a. Before I bring Tommy back up, I need 200 likes.
Just so I can see it shoot up.
Get those likes up. All right, let me launch this next topic for y'all. The next one we got is it delusional to believe that your woman is only into you? We're gonna start with Lucky, but let me play the video first. Stay tuned.
You know that your woman actually is attracted to other men. Because check this out. If your woman was not attracted to other men, then you would have never got with her. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? Because she was most likely with another nigga before she met you. So if you're attracted to other men, then you would have never got with her because she needed to be attracted to other men to get with you.
Okay.
What the
Lucky, you got the floor.
Okay, the last part kind of threw me over the cliff, so I hope somebody can kind of explain that part to me. Because what do you mean you have to be with other men in order to be attracted to the man you're with? The attraction determines on what you find attractive. But I do
You have to be attracted to other men to be attracted to you. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, I don't. As I said, y'all gonna have to explain that to me. So forgive me if I answer a certain way, but based on what he's saying, I think it is delusional to think one person is only attracted to you in general, because there are a lot of attractive people in the world, period. So I think that that's delusional to think you are the only attractive person. But I do believe that people can have only eyes for one person, in the sense where, yeah, other people may be attractive, but they're not into those people. They don't want those people. The way that you make them feel, maybe the way that they find them people attractive is just surface. So I think it's delusional in general to think that somebody only has eyes for you, or women would not have experienced the scenarios where their man is looking at another girl, or where they have to kind of helicopter girlfriend them or wife them to see if they're only gonna talk to them. They get upset if you double tap a picture. The same way with dudes, when they see another dude that they know their girl is attracted to, they'd be like, man, he needs to put a shirt on, or they say something to kind of like be funny. Dirty Mackin is a thing. So I think, yeah, it's delusional to think that only a person is only attracted to you in the sense of just physical.
I bet. We're gonna go back around the other way. Sweeney, what you got on it? And keep going around. I'm gonna bring Tommy back up.
I would say that it's delusional to think that your woman doesn't find other people attractive. However, kind of the way I'm looking at this question, to say that it's delusional to believe that your woman is only into you. No, I believe that your woman will be only into you until she's into somebody else. But that, I would say that that's afterwards, or she made the choice to. I don't think it's delusional to believe that the woman that you marry or the woman that you're in a relationship with is only into you in that moment. I think everybody. Go ahead, bro.
I ain't worried about who my woman into. I'm worried about who into my woman. I don't want nobody in my woman, boy. Whoa.
All right, Nurse Key.
I agree. I think attraction is human nature. It's just normal for you to be attracted to people. I don't think that it has anything. It doesn't compare to the way I'm reading this question is like relationship wise, like fidelity and loyalty and things like that. It's not delusional to think that the woman that you with is, focused on you. You're her person. That's your thing. I would think that it would be delusional for you to think that if she sees a, attractive man, that she's not attracted to him. It doesn't mean that she wants to be with him or pursue him, but she isn't blind. Just like men aren't blind. It's not, it would be delusional for me to think that you don't think this woman got this fat ass. Her ass is fat. Like, that's, I just think, whatever. Yeah. So I don't think the two, I don't know, this question is weird.
So being in a relationship, it don't take away your ability to recognize attraction in people on the outside of a relationship. It's not like recognition is something that you can just turn off because you want to be monogamous or committed or loyal. It don't work like that. But the problem, so it's totally fine, but the problem comes when you actually entertain, what you're attracted to.
You cut me too, Bruiser, but that's how you and Let Go do. But I do truly believe it depends on the quality of man and woman. Well, in this case, woman. I think if it's a woman, if you're vetting and you're seeing what type of woman she is, what kind of background she comes from, the type of things she likes, I think it's not delusional if she's the type of woman who does commit to one man. But you are delusional if you're doing the same thing this woman is doing or other men are doing, and you engaging with women just about sex. It's extremely delusional, especially if you're trying to buy a woman or you trying to praise and gift a woman that you know you don't deserve, and you know that she's looking at you as a person that she's trying to be in a position of a trophy wife. So I think if she's a good quality woman and her background and the way she was raised is valuing men and comes from a family that values traditional marriages and families, I think you're not delusional. But if you're in this current state, I think you're extremely delusional for the most part, given that a lot of women are using men for leverage and control.
So Ali, when you see women who look really, really attractive and they got a nice body, just dazzling, what are the chances she come from a family that represent what you just said, like have value and all that stuff and principles?
Well,
if she's single, because I mean, me personally, if you a woman and you beautiful and you attractive and you carrying yourself ladylike and all that stuff, there's no reason why you shouldn't be committed in a relationship if you actually come from a household with a representation of a good marriage and principles and value.
Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of times in the late stages of life, if a woman is single, could be a red flag, given our experiences that we can't compare the amount of advances women get, we can't even compare to. So a lot of times it could be reflective of a woman who probably didn't know how to be a woman, or she wasn't fit for the right guy in the beginning stages. And then later on, she knows how she can be for a certain man, but she might've compromised herself. But I don't think it should take away from, if I meet a woman, I should still be able to give her a chance. I should be able to risk, see who her family, see what kind of friends she has, see what background she comes from, see the things she's into, and she could possibly be a good woman. But like I said, I'll be realistic for a lot of majority of what men experiences and talking to men and women too. Women can acknowledge the quality of women today. A lot of women aren't equipped to be women today, or aren't interested to be good women for a man.
Precious.
Is it delusional to believe that your woman is only into you? I don't know if delusion is the right word. I think it's, if you don't think that your woman is into you, I think either she's not into you or you have insecurities. Because why would you be with a woman that's not into you and throwing yourself into delusion? I think that's almost like an oxymoron. So I think it's more so, insecurities. And if that woman is showing you signs that she's not into you, then that's not delusion. It's clear that she's just not into you. But I think women who are into their men are into them. I think social media has really taken, the stand on people and taking their attention away from who they're into. So I think social media does the work for the relationships when it comes to, the attraction, the attention. Is, social media definitely does that for people.
Fantasy Island Girl, when it comes to a man, is it delusional and or asinine for him to think that his woman should only have eyes for him? What are your thoughts?
I think obviously you can notice somebody's attractive, but that doesn't mean that you're attracted to them. And when I'm in a relationship, I'm not really attracted to anybody else. I'm very focused on the person. I'm very a little bit obsessed, honestly, with the person. So that's how I am in every relationship. Honestly, once I get with somebody, that's my man, my man, my man. I'm annoying like that. So, but once we break up, then I have eyes for everybody. I want to see everything. I want to explore, blah, 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 blah. But when I'm in a relationship, I don't have eyes for everyone.
So let me ask you this: you say you're not attracted. You mean you're not into any other person when you're in a relationship, but you still find men attractive when you see attractive men, right?
I can see somebody is attractive, but not be attracted to them. Like, you're a handsome person, but that doesn't mean I'm attracted to you.
But
and usually
so let me
I'll look for
rephrase it.
things
So
that irritate me about somebody that's really attractive.
You're in a relationship. You committed. You're loyal. You're only into your man. But you see this tall, dark, and handsome what do you call it? All that and bag and chips. That's probably his old. Tommy, help me with a new one. You see this new dark chocolate, whatever.
666, 6 figures, 6 packs.
Oh hell, the 666 dude. And you like
the devil.
Yeah.
You tell me. So you tell me you don't get like, you don't be like, oh man, yeah, he can get it.
No.
That's a goddamn lie. We can't even be honest on this motherfucker.
Wait a minute. So what were you hoping? Yeah, what were you hoping she would say?
I was hoping she said yes.
It ain't about me hoping. I know what she would say. I get it. You want to maintain your purity and your reputation.
It's not
and your
about
brand.
purity. It's not about purity. It's not about my reputation. It's not about my brand. That's just how I am when I'm in a relationship. I'm not going to get in a relationship with somebody unless I want them. I'm obsessed with them. Like, that's how I am.
Good girl.
That's good.
No reason to have a relationship with somebody. If you gonna go fuck around with other people, and you into other people, why are you in a relationship with that person? Why can't you? Why don't we ask people to do something as simple like when you buy a house? That's a 30-year mortgage. You stuck in that damn thing. Why is it we don't treat relationships like that's something? If you're gonna get into it, that's what you're doing. And when you don't want to do it, get the fuck out. Nobody's keeping you there. Why you got to sit up there and do all that? I don't mind my girl having eyes for me. I'm a grown ass man. I can look around and see. I see a handsome nigga coming by when I see him walking. Like I don't see this nigga with his shirt off and he glistening. I see this nigga.
Not glistening. He be glistening.
For some odd reason, every man in Tyler Perry movies is glistening. Where these niggas get this baby oil from? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right,
I ain't never seen no man glistening.
Fantasy girl, Fantasy Island, you were glistening last night when you were talking to me. You know you was up there just a glistening. So I said up there, I said, well, you know, I can see that, and I guess I'm more of a liberal when it comes to that. I don't have a problem with girl know that this dude is fine because that's why I kind of like dating bisexual girls, because then I can see a girl walk by and be like, damn, she got a fat ass, but she'll probably say it before I do. You can have attraction and look at somebody and find that nice. But the biggest thing to me is commitment. Like, I don't even give a fuck if you really cheat like that. My thing is, we should have each other's back. At some point in time, the point of living this life has to be that you're with somebody and y'all got each other's back. Like, damn it, that shit means something. You and your friend fall out, but y'all fall back into being friendships, don't you? We get in relationships and claim that knowing somebody is supposed to be the most important thing. Yet every time y'all get to know somebody, y'all leave them. Like, what happened? I found out so-and-so. So apparently getting to know somebody is a bad thing. It was better when you didn't know the motherfucker because y'all was happy.
Well, once you get to know somebody, you end up getting to know yourself, because in a lot of cases, the person that you're dating is the mirror of who you are. So the more you get to know that person, the more it scares you, because the more you're having to face yourself.
I think what happens is you have this fucking delusion. I think people like falling in love, not being in love. See, falling in love is easy. Being in love takes work. There's some work involved in being in a fucking relationship. Think about it. Everybody love all the pictures of them being pregnant. Everybody love all the pictures of the baby just coming. The motherfucker get on your nerves after 6 months. And if you notice, the kids start to get on that person's nerve because you didn't fall in love with being a parent. You didn't fall in love with everything that came with that. Relationship is, I'm going to fart on you. I'm going to wear them drawers with the holes in them. I'm going to scratch my nuts. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff that ain't cute that you saw when you was watching me online. That ain't what you're going to see. Everything that you saw her do when she was made up, she gonna get up and she ain't made up. Her breath stink. She gonna tell you about, so I don't know what's wrong with my cooch today, but you don't want it. You do not want this. These are things we're not prepared for. Look at you up there laughing, real pressures are like, hey, no. But this is that's what's real. And we don't talk about what's real.
I want to know where a woman has said that. Like, you don't want this today.
Think about it. Every time you see people online, what are they talking about? Relationship goals. And your relationship goals was Will Smith and his wife at one point, wasn't it? You was posting Will Smith and his wife, wasn't you? Until you saw that big dick nigga sleep with that man's wife.
Wait, what?
Then you didn't want that. One relationship goal, was it? Huh?
They definitely calling you bisexual after
Pause. What in the world?
But Tommy,
I ain't no dummy. If I see a
You
nigga
not
pull up,
gonna slide past that like you didn't just.
Okay, Mr. Lego, this shit.
We got to move on because I just what the hell. So
It's your turn, Mr.
So
Lego.
how we gonna act like?
Nobody that sit up there and saw that August dude and thought to themselves, I would never go back if it was for him.
It's my turn.
I would never go back to Jada because I saw August.
Men aren't going to acknowledge certain things. Like men aren't going to acknowledge the man that's attractive. They're going to say, "Oh, yeah, that's GAY." If you say like, if you acknowledge something that everyone could see, it's just like a. Didn't last week we talk about the code? It's just certain.
That's a violation. Yes, he violated.
Yes,
He violated.
Certain things you don't say and do,
He
bro.
violated.
But Mr. Lego, it's your turn.
Y'all were the same people who say there's certain things I don't say and do about black women.
All
Now
right,
everybody's
so
got a cop.
it's my turn. So, is it delusional to believe that your woman is only into you? Well, I'm delusional as hell if that's the case. I think some of these dudes on YouTube want relationships not to work. So they kind of like tell the young dudes, oh, she gonna cheat on you. Oh, she ain't into you. You think she into you. Oh, she gonna do this. She gonna do that. And I think it's toxic and it's disgusting. And I think these dudes who do this are just like the women who do the same shit. They try to keep their little homegirls single, and these little cornball dudes on YouTube try to keep the dudes single. So
You
they
just explain yourself as a content creator, Mr.
so they
Lego.
keep the dudes, single, keep the women single, so we keep fussing and fighting with each other. So no, this dude saying this is some bullshit because my woman, I can't speak for nobody else. My woman is only into me until she ain't into me no more. She ain't run around staring at other dudes and wanting to be with other dudes because I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and at the same time, I'm communicating with her. Where if something was wrong, we'll either deal with it or we'll separate so I could go somewhere else or she can go somewhere else. But when we're good, it's us. And I'm just sick of these dudes trying to I don't know. It's a subconscious thing where they're trying to always say these women is hoes. Don't trust these women. These women is trash. All they're gonna do is use you or whatever. And it's anti-relationship and it's anti-marriage. These dudes are trash.
You say that too.
What'd you say?
What the hell
Yes,
you
you do.
What do I say?
On Monday, you say the same thing. On Friday, you'll flip the rhetoric. You'll say these women are trash too.
What did I say?
You'll literally say these women are children, right? And leave these women alone. They don't deserve your like on Instagram and throw them to the trash. Come on, Mr. Lego.
Bro, can you calm down for a second? So the first thing I said, yes, women are children, but that is a positive thing and not a negative thing. I don't look at the whole women are children thing as a negative and like women are crazy and none of that. No, you allow a woman to just act like a woman. I believe in accepting a woman's femininity, and accepting a woman's femininity is all the crazy shit that goes along with women. Women be all over the place. They don't even know what the hell they want to.
You just
Hold
did it.
on.
You called him a woman. You didn't call him a child.
So the women don't even know what they want to eat on a normal basis. So it's not a bad thing. It's about accepting
people don't know what they want to eat.
Okay, can y'all be quiet?
You always talking.
Okay, everybody be quiet. Stop. It's accepting a woman's femininity. So go ahead, Ali. What else did you?
All right, I'm gonna ask you directly of what you say on your
Get
content in your video. Are most women, in your opinion, good women? You got to think.
What?
You heard what I said.
What?
Are most women, in your opinion, good women?
I don't believe in this good woman, good man shit. It's about doing what you're supposed to do.
I
don't think of myself as I'm a good man because it depends on what the other person.
You just said men was trash. So you saying
women is trash and men is trash.
Look, you just did it. Look, y'all.
What are you talking about?
Hey,
but that don't mean it's not the opposite going on at the same time. What are you talking about? Ali, what are you talking about? Go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead, Ali. Get it out. What?
You just said women was trash.
But, okay. Women are trash. Men are trash. But the opposite it's the same. It's there also. Do you realize
I'm
there's
not
some
trash.
people
I
over
don't
here
think nobody
and there's some
else
people
knows
over
I'm
here?
trash.
So you got to separate which people so you won't get the wrong damn person. What are you talking about?
Bro, he asked you, do you believe that majority of women are good women? You said, I don't believe in the good woman, good man thing. But you believe in the trash man,
He
trash
just
man?
did. He just in the same sentence you said that. That's what we be doing. That's what all of us be. Most of us, a lot of us on panels flip flop. Monday we one way, Friday we one way, but sometimes you'll do it in the same sentence. So you just did it.
No, I didn't.
He just asked Sweeney. You just did it. Ask the whole panel.
You asked me a question. You said, "Are women and men trash?" And I
you
said,
said, "I don't do that. Men and women are good women,
but at
bad
the end
women
of the
thing."
day,
Then you
we
said
know
both
what
men and women is trash.
We know what we talking about. It's some fucked up women out here and there's some fucked up men out here. But that does not necessarily mean that there are not.
So on the balance of probability, there have to be good women and good men out here too.
So what is the whole point of Ali unmuting saying all this dumb shit?
What was dumb?
It's Sheba's turn. Oh, there my
Absolutely, it's Sheba's turn.
Our ego will
Ali just wants
our
this
ego. Hold on.
opportunity.
Since we
let
gon-
go. You
since-
said
hold on.
this.
No, since we gonna acknowledge the quality.
You
of
do
men
this
and
every
women.
night, bro. Well, every
Negro,
Thursday.
Negro 1 and 2.
Cold. You said this, and then you said that. What are you
just
talking about,
did
bro?
it.
You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that.
You just did it in front of everybody.
Y'all
You don't get
redundant.
to do that.
Let's get Queen Sheba in here. Queen
Exactly.
Sheba, darling.
Like,
what do you have on the topic, please?
The hell?
I wouldn't say it's delusional. I think there should be an expectation, right, from a man that your woman is physically committed only to you. I don't think I wouldn't call that delusional. That's an expectation that you should have, right? When it comes to that, the mind, the body, the spirit. But I do think it's a bit unrealistic to assume that she only sees you. You know, like a horse with blinders on that's running those races. I think that's a bit unrealistic to think that you are the only one she sees, that you are the, the end all be all. So yeah, should she just be committed to you physically? Absolutely. Is that a realistic expectation? Absolutely. But is she not supposed to see another guy and be like attracted to maybe his speech, maybe the way he carries himself? It's not always a physical quality that a woman sees. And I think most men tend to, when we think about attraction, they think on a physical level. Women think on a different level, a different realm of attraction. So
can we all just agree that women always have the next man written down somewhere in their memory?
No, maybe a girl, but most women know.
No, because when these women leave away from a relationship, they end up dating a personal trainer that's been there for the past years, or they end up dating the dude they didn't make. I'm telling you.
Are you speaking from personal
That doesn't mean that
experience?
that's a
I'm just
person
asking.
written down. That just proximity is how people usually date. So we have to stop pretending it's going to be some random person that they've never met before that they end up falling in love with. It's usually somebody in proximity to them. It's not a conspiracy. It's not she's been writing his name down in her journal, waiting for the day she breaks up with you to get with this man. That's not how it works. It's just she builds a relationship with them.
So you saying that
It's a
women don't
friendship.
already have an idea of the next man?
No.
No, I have an idea that if I'm done with
one
you,
mic.
that I
Nurse Key, go
can
ahead.
get another man. I have that idea. I know that for it to be true. That's
So-
not going to be hard. But it's not necessarily like, oh, the guy down the street who we always see driving past, as soon as I'm done with you, he's next on my list. No.
What Bruiser,
Well,
what Bruiser
you know,
is talking
let me
about is
intro-
monkey branching.
Yeah, but let me
Bruiser, come
introduce
back
this.
out here.
Yeah, let me introduce this. I've heard this said a few times, and I'm starting to believe, because we look at it as men as it's a bad thing. You're supposed to remain loyal, because I don't know how y'all feel about this, but men are actually more loyal than women are. Look at the divorce rate. Oh, you okay? You okay down there, Nurse Key? Yeah, I said that. Men are more loyal than
That
women
wasn't
are.
a fake cough. That was a real.
Oh, okay. About to say.
Choking on their own
But
spit.
do y'all think that it's actually natural? Because I think women are actually attached to a man's productivity and what
Yes.
he can do for her.
Yes,
But if
and
he
that's what I
stops
was saying.
producing, that next man, this is why women divorce at the rate that they do, because some people say women cannot commit. They always have one foot out the door. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. It's about
Yeah.
a man's productivity, where a man's going. Is attraction that's always there with women and men. But the key word to this phrase right here, into, It's not about attracted to, it's into. And as long as you guiding this woman and making this woman feel safe and creating a safe space for this woman, she's into you. You know what I mean? So it's bigger than just attracted. Of course, we're attracted to different people, but you're into that person that makes you feel good about yourself and feel good about where you are in your life.
That's all bullshit. A woman ain't into you unless she got a ring on her finger. That's how they moving today. It's a new game out there. If she ain't married, she ain't your wife, she's just your turn. That's just how it is.
I don't think you can really actually say that unless you're currently experiencing.
You know why we can say that? Because the moment you ain't happy, the moment things don't go your way, you don't have anything obligated to you don't have any essence of obligation to stay where the hell you at and deal with it. You don't have nothing compelling you to have any tolerance.
If that's the case, then they wouldn't be just up and leaving their marriages. So a ring ain't keeping nobody. So I'm saying you can't really say what it is.
So that also makes my point. That makes my point. If you can leave in a marriage, which forces you or tells you morally that you got to be committed, then the girlfriend boyfriend fragile relationship.
Bruce, there's a difference. Let me tell you the difference.
A woman marriage as if it's gonna keep somebody, or as if it's a better. Women only do this if they got a ring on their finger.
No, you made my point and then you just retracted.
Bruiser, have you held yourself to that same standard when it comes to marriage? When you just said if a woman can just leave a marriage, have you ever just left a marriage because you wanted to?
No, that's not what I was saying. What I was saying was when you get into a girlfriend and boyfriend relationship where you don't have anything obligating you to get into it, if you get into like a argument or y'all don't see eye to eye, there's nothing compelling you to stay there to tolerate the issue.
Bruce, anything in marriage, there's something incentivizing for you to leave the marriage, which is alimony and all the other shit. So a lot of women actually leave marriages because to a certain degree, they're incentivized to leave the marriage. A lot of people stay together longer. I'm not going to say longer, but they'll stay together in a relationship because there's no incentive for them to leave like marriages.
That's false. People who just regularly cohabitate often don't have a longer or successful relationship than people who are married.
What word was that?
You never heard people in long-term
cohabitation. That's called cohabitation.
People be staying together for years. People have situations.
It's proven that people that get in a relationship and they cohabitate, they don't have longer successful marriages than people who successful relationships.
Where do you pull that data from? I want to see that.
I'll put it in the back chat.
We didn't say successful. We just saying just period.
I be throwing up toss-ups.
And that also is the point. It's period too. I'll put it in the back chat though.
So let me get these super chats.
Just real quick. We'll go ahead, Trigger Mike. Go ahead, Trigger Mike.
All right, no, you got what, 15? You do it 15 seconds. Go ahead.
Can we agree?
I'm not on code or something. Go ahead, Ali.
No, as much as we talk about collectively of the quality of people, right? Could we agree most people are not married to their first choice, and majority of people get married just for validation, and to their next option?
I shouldn't have let you go. You trying to go down the rabbit hole?
I married my first choice. I married one of the baddest.
I don't know. Chat. Let's chat it up. Chats, do you think most people are married to your first choice? I want to hear these answers.
And define first choice, Eiley.
First choice is the person that drives you crazy, like they drive you crazy, like excuse me, you crazy. 9 out of 10, that's the person who. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So not just the first choice, your best choice, the choice you really wanted. Majority of people are not married to the person they're crazy about. A lot of people get married for validation until they do find their next best option, or they settle out of pity. Ultimately, they have to commit, or they'll look bad to society. But a lot of people are just married to each other for validation. That's not who they really want to be with.
The only pushback I got, Ali, is that you assume that what people want is actually good for them. What people want. I think people have
no. If we weren't married, if none of y'all were married, watch this. Trigger Mike. If you weren't married, what would you be doing?
I don't feel at liberty to say what I'd be doing.
It represents the quality of society. Most people are getting together for validation and settling. Let's keep it real.
My man, that's a good argument.
And I just want to say what Bruiser just put in the chat is almost even. It's like 53 and 46. So go ahead on, Bruiser. It's the same.
No, there's many other stats on there. So don't just read one stat.
Here we go.
He got stats that's determined by age brackets from 20 to 30 and from 30 to 40 and all this other stuff. So
All right.
Yeah.
Let me get these a blanket over the whole damn URL like that.
It's the same.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get these super chats done. The Orange Pill Nurse, $10. Obama did not tell people to drink Flint water, bro. He was at a news conference promoting the filtered water system. They were sending around Michigan to help with crisis by drinking the filtered water.
He didn't even drink it. Did you pull it up? You can pull it. He said real quick. He's like
Eugene Steele, $2. I'm not sure if delusional is the right word. Sugar Curl, she's always on my show. We love that lady. Check her out in Houston. She got a whole brand, hair care products and everything. $5. I would like to know from the men on the panel, what are the largest size women you would seriously date, marry, dress size, and weight? All I can say is my wife is my type, and that's where I'm at with it.
That's why I'm at. My wife
being
is my
proportionate
type.
matters.
If you see my wife, that's where I'm at with it. And to be honest, my father did the same thing. I think somebody said it. They like pick one this size because she gonna have a few of your babies, and it's gonna fill out well.
Later.
If you go any bigger than that, he was just like, nah, no, I'm telling you.
It depends on a woman's height with me. If she's 5'8", I'll say about 170, 180 or whatever. But if she's 5'5", she got to be like 120, 130. So, yeah.
Okay. Yep. I ain't going nowhere. $5. The world will be a better mating place if more guys would buy tires, eat groceries, and marry single moms. Right, Mr. Let Go? Sheba is behaving for now.
Yep.
Get this nonsense off my screen. We appreciate the super chat.
Wait, y'all don't agree? Like, I'm just saying, like,
remove eating groceries, and we may have a compromise. Andre Hatchet, $5. The word that should be is aroused by. Okay. Heavy Tits, $5. Stop asking women questions if you're just gonna say she's lying when she doesn't give the answer you want.
I agree. Bruiser got that bad.
Bruiser ass.
Thank you, Heavy Tits.
Oh wow.
Ooh, wait, that sounded kind of sexy. Say that again.
You know what? When you say it,
I know.
fantasy, it's like a double entendre, but we're not gonna go there tonight. Dig Big Energy. God, pause.
Careful.
$2. Do you speak Cantonese? No gerrymandering. Trucker Yell, $2. Pause, Tommy, pause. Raider Sprayer, $5. Tommy freaked out in here.
I got all the super chats.
Yeah, $2. Tommy, my boy. Pause. Trucker Yell, $10. Mr. Let Go, you the dude that's corny and talking like this. You continuously say women are children, but be the first man to change their tires with your lips. God damn. Hawaiian,
forget it.
$5. Lil Daryl gonna be mad. His crush up here talking to the op. If you know, you know.
Why they say Lil Daryl?
If you, whoa.
Hey, who is Lil
What?
Daryl?
Come on, y'all not.
No,
Come on, man.
I'm not gonna do it.
Wait, who is Lil Daryl girlfriend up here?
No, we're not gonna get into all that. All
That's
right,
just
Trucker
the
Yell,
chat
$5.
acting up.
We have a back chat for all this, okay? Trucker
Oh
Yell,
my
$5.
God, Lil
75%
Daryl.
of women. The chat already know it. As a matter of fact, they already know. They saw it. 75% of women have already cheated because they have a backup plan. Insightful. Freedom, $2. Let Go, a walking cap. Jonathan Spencer, $10. That's untrue. Most relationships start off online nowadays, so people aren't dealing in proximity nearly as often. It's people who wouldn't cross paths otherwise meeting. Average distance about 70 miles. That's too much distance. That's like Houston. No, thank you. You live on the north side. Yeah, that's a long distance relationship. Striking it rich. Foreign currency, 2. Sweeney, you redeemed yourself. What with what you said to let go. Empress, $20 to bring Tommy back and get rid of Mr. Let Go. Bruiser, Trig, Ali are only hope men have tonight. I ain't even talking like that. The Gemini, $2. Women move like LeBron switch teams.
Damn.
That's a bad, yeah. That's a shot. Ennis, Luby, foreign currency, 2. I got $200 to get rid of Let Go for the rest of the night.
God damn.
Jamel Holmes, $5. If you on your game as a man, she ain't going nowhere. Most men and women don't have bad intentions, but I would agree we've become more picky. Marquise Keys, Ali is on point. In the dating game tonight, you usually hear more of take your number versus no thanks, I'm seeing someone.
Yo, just for the record, this is a Ali minion thing that when one of them start doing it, anytime I go at Ali, all the super chats, get rid of Mr. Let Go. These are Ali's minions. So just keep that in mind. Every time I get into it, Ali.
They go, God, you better stop buying more pies and eat groceries.
All right.
Thank God.
Percy, $5. And Tanya, females are getting finer and finer. I'm jealous. Jamel Holmes, $2. Tommy been in them prison yards. No, stop it.
Oh shit.
Hey, look, Tommy can roast. You better not. Darrell Small. Lucky, answer my text, please. Tommy, watch up. Y'all crazy. We appreciate those super chats. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Lapeef Let's Talk show.
Oh my God.
All right, we got another topic for y'all.
Before you move on, Trigger, before you move on.
Go ahead.
So yes, Bruiser was right. Marriages do last longer than casual relationships.
What type of question?
What is this?
Right? Then he pull it out.
So Tommy had to go.
So how you gonna just take the heat off his oh my God. They just fucking
ran. Tommy
Listen,
he did it on purpose.
Accountability. But I wanted 3 bald guys on the panel. Unfortunately, Tommy had to go. Damn, but we're gonna get Fantasy Island Girl, and either of the bald Negroes on this can answer first, because we got to get your opinion on this. But there is a video attached, so give me a moment and stay tuned.
Now, having an existential crisis around losing hair because there has been status assigned to still having hair. That hair loss is associated with aging, with sort of, I guess, weakness or fragility.
Why is it so many men are assigning such importance to something that I don't even think women care that much? And if anything, Jason Statham, Bruce Willis, look at Nicolas Cage in the 90s. He had a Homer Simpson level of hair on top. The Rock.
The problem that you have is some people suit certain hairstyles, right? As you've identified, the face to head ratio, the cauliflower ears, all of that together, you with a shaved head is going to look different to somebody else with a shaved head. There are tons and tons of bald men that are hard as look at The Rock.
Balding, I think, is tied into the more manly men. And men with higher amounts of testosterone are more inclined to bald. That's why men that go on TRT and big bodybuilding dosages of steroids end up losing their hair. So if anything, it's a trait of those potentially, we could argue, with superior genetics.
Superior genetics, guys. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Let's get a lady in on this that hasn't spoken. Fantasy Island Girl, we'll start with you. What do you got?
I think balding causes a lot of insecurities because they get picked on more, and that's the first thing that people go to when they're trying to dig at you when you're younger. I think the older gentlemen, they don't really care, and people don't really bring it up to them, so they can bald peacefully. No one's going to say anything. Actually, women say you look better bald. I like it like that. So they kind of win when they go bald as they age.
Yeah.
But on the other side, women, when they start losing their hair, when their hair starts thinning, it's like you turn into an old hag. You're every type of negative thing in the book. So it's a complete difference for women losing their hair versus men losing their hair.
All right. I got to get a bald guy in here. Either one. All
right, I go. I've been bald for the longest. I can't even remember the last time I had hair. I think it was the one. Yeah, I started shaving my head when I was married. That was so long ago. I was in my 20s or whatever. So I got a nice shaped head, I would say. So, and I was told that I look better like this. So I always stay like this. So it's not balding or nothing like that. I'm just blessed to have the type of sized head that I have other than other people. So I enjoy being bald. I ain't never gonna grow my hair out.
I started letting my hair go bald last year. I can grow my hair, but I did it because of Kobe, and also my wife told me to turn her on because I look like a dick with a mustache. So I decided to keep it on there, just to keep things spiced up.
We got to give a moment of silence for
Yo, Bruiser is hilarious.
That's crazy.
I don't believe
Don't you have a
bro.
whole goatee? It's more than a mustache, ain't it? I know my Lightberry, but
Yeah.
anyways,
It's growing in slowly but surely. It's growing.
I don't know why balding is such a problem for men. I think between balding and like the grays and the goatee and the mustache, a lot of men try to hide that or dye it, and it's just like
Ali.
just let it go.
Well, I don't got my beard. Come on.
Just let it go. You know, I think those are, you know, things that men just go through as far as their insecurities. But I think they're more insecure. Like the video said, they're more insecure about it than the women are. And it just goes with confidence. You know, you just got to be confident in whatever you have because you're not going to get anything else. So, you know, if you're going bald, then just rock it. I don't see what the problem is.
It's only a problem whenever, like, I think when you go bald, if you actually go bald and then you can't really complete the facial hair on the side, it make you look like a prick with a red shirt on.
Well, that's where men gotta. I mean, at that point, you know, you gotta get creative in your whole entire look. People
So
don't.
you gotta compensate for it by having these
maybe you need
veneers
some
or something like that.
Maybe you need some accessories. You know, if you don't wear glasses, you put some glasses on.
Accessories.
What you say?
Nothing.
You said accessories.
I like how they wear hats, they wear glasses, they wear men accessorize like women accessorize. I don't think that's a feminine word, you know. Accessories is something additional to your normal look.
Hence
know,
Bruiser having glasses on.
But be honest. Just be honest. On Lapeef Let's Talk, who's the sexiest bald head guy you ever seen?
Okay, let's do that. Ladies, who's the sexiest bald headed guy up here?
Crickets.
You talk like right now at this moment or period ever on the people?
Yeah,
right now. Like, check the eyes, y'all.
What happened to that boy?
Oh, you want us to tell you look better than Bruiser?
Every lady has to take a pic.
Say Mr. Lego.
All right,
Bruiser,
Mr. Lego.
You can't.
Precious.
I don't know. Ali, are you bald?
Wow.
Bro, hold on. You gave Mr. Lego default because I'm married. Oh, okay.
You're not supposed to.
I'll cut it off tomorrow for you, President.
Hold on, Nurse Key.
Thank you.
Nurse Key.
Okay, let's pretend y'all didn't know I was married.
Bruiser, Nurse Key.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo,
Don't pretend you're not married. You off the market. Tell them.
Hey, Nurse Key, who's the sexiest bald guy up here?
They started this. I'm not in it. I ain't in it.
I guess I won't comment on a married man, and Ali has hair, so.
What the heck? Women do more than comment on married men. If y'all don't stop
my ass tomorrow, yo.
You know what, Mr. Lego?
The celebrities, yeah.
Mr. Lego, I would be very, very like I would be hurt because they chose you after disqualifying me because I was married.
Bro,
they didn't leave. They didn't lead.
You, bro.
They didn't lead with, oh, Mr. Lego, hands down. They said, oh, well, Bruiser's married, so it's got to be Mr. Lego. Bruiser's married, so it's got to be Mr. Lego. Bruiser's married, because it got to be Lego.
Let's face it, I'm sexier than you, bro. It's okay. I'm sexier.
And you eat groceries.
And I eat groceries. Yes.
I do want to point out that the men said your words.
Wait. Nurse Key started looking different when I said that. So okay.
Go ahead, Lucky.
Finish up, Lucky.
I know. I was gonna say. I think it's interesting. The men said when I decided to let my hair go, y'all know y'all be balding because it be receding. It be leaving y'all. So then y'all get rid of it. Y'all don't have no fresh. Shout out to Ricky because Ricky still got it in his 40s. He got his natural hairline.
I thought y'all
should be given the cul-de-sac. The damn traffic circle, whatever be happening. And then y'all get rid of y'all hair because y'all mama. Hold on, y'all.
I got an Instagram. Let's go ahead and
toddlers. So at a young age, y'all hair start receding. Y'all say, "Well, I decided to let my hair go when I was about 21." Nobody decides to be bald that young. You just have to do it.
Why you look up in the air like that, Lucky? I just
She's right. She's right.
I got pictures from
like football players.
One mic, y'all. One mic.
He's
I got pictures from 2021, and I had fresh line
when I was in my 20s. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Bruce, what do you look like with hair?
It's on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram.
Yeah, what do you look like? What?
I got bald a long time ago. So what age range were you when you decided to let your hair go?
I was 30. I'm 36 right now. About to be 37. I was 30. Just about to turn 35.
Okay. Your hairline was sliding, bro.
Okay, was it leaving or what?
It was leaving.
Look at the shadow. You don't have to answer. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadow on his head.
His hairline is all the way back here. You can tell.
It was leaving.
I got an Instagram. Go to my Instagram.
I'm looking at your Instagram. It was leaving.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Y'all done derailed the whole damn conversation. You know what? You know what? My follow-up question is for y'all ladies, especially you, Lucky. So
I didn't even get to answer the question.
No. We still moving around. Let's get Sweeney. You go next.
All right. As a professional barber,
I thought all barbers were professionals, but okay.
No, they're not.
I know. I'm looking at Miss Lego head now.
Damn.
Damn.
I would say I think balding is a problem. I think a lot of men have a problem with going bald. Once they're bald, they don't care anymore. So, like for instance, once Mr. Let Go or once Bruiser decide to shave it all off, then they no longer have a problem. But you also got to have a beard to offset it. So
you ain't shit without a beard.
So as a barber, did you do hair in the can for the men that couldn't let it go? You know, the little hair in the can.
Yeah, I do all of that. That's the reason how I know that they have a problem letting go of their hair. Like as while they're balding, they have a problem with it. It's once they finally let it go where they're like, okay, I'm cool. They done ran into a few women who was like, oh, I like your bald head. Now all of a sudden they're like, yeah, just go ahead and fix the beard up, and they start growing their beards out and they let the hair go. But while they're balding, you don't know how many people be like, hey man, put that stuff on me, man. Hey, I'm trying to hold on to this. A lot of people started.
Remember when T.I. first came out, he had that super low haircut.
Yeah,
it was like almost bald, but that's how I used to keep my hair. And I used to cut my own hair. You know, you a barber. I used to cut my own hair.
What is it? What was that? A Caesar?
And the little hair follicles would be just all over the floor. And I was like, yo, this shit is annoying. So I just literally just said, I'm just going to cut it all off because I got tired of cutting my own hair as low as it was because it was just because all those little hair follicles would be all over the floorboard and shit. And it was hard to clean. And I just said, fuck it. That's the
so
reason
Mr. Lego. So Mr. Lego, we know. So now we can actually understand that it was a lie when they told us that if we did eat the groceries, our beard would grow.
That's a lie.
Because
right now. That's a lie.
Lego, you get it yet? You see what he's trying to say?
No, it's the box, Bruiser. It's the box.
Get him, Lego.
And if you do too much of it, it'll kill all the
groceries.
Oh, so you just need to switch holes.
Again, when they were saying that.
So you need to switch holes. That's all.
Oh my.
Oh wow.
Y'all want to know what's interesting though? You want to know what most people?
No, wow.
More men actually have a problem with their beards not growing than their hair though.
So
we
now
see it every time y'all won't let it go. It's a delusion. It's not
They used to
gonna
pick on me in elementary.
It's not going.
I had a
to
beard in
happen.
elementary school.
Like I have a dude come to my chair. He be like, "Hey man, I'm trying to grow my beard out to here. Can you not line it all the way up there?" I'm like, "Bro, have your beard ever got up there?" No,
Oh, wow.
and it ain't coming.
Oh, wow. You know what? I want. Let me
Is
switch the
there a
question up a
science
little
to
bit.
that, Sweeney?
'Cause-
Since you're that
it's-
professional, why?
It's
is it-
hereditary. Either your beard's gonna grow or it doesn't.
That's the
No,
science.
And then,
y'all done switched
and
the
then,
question up.
and then once you as you age, your beard may start growing in more. But if your beard don't grow like that, it just won't grow like that. People be trying to use the different products and the things that be stabbing holes in your face. None of that shit works. If your beard don't grow, it don't grow.
Are you talking about that thing, the little derma roller, and they put the vitamin E on that shit?
You got to get the lace front. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
look how far back his hairline
It
is.
wasn't even.
Roser, you had no way.
Bro, your hairline is gone, bro.
Oh, how you had a struggle
See
from?
how y'all shaming? Look how y'all shaming our new brother.
That ain't
Oh
right.
no, why
How
did I
y'all
do that?
shaming our brother?
That
All
man
right, y'all.
hairline was like,
All right, so balding is a born. Like we're gonna switch the topic up just a little bit because
You look
Lucky
nice.
out here taking shots, talking
You
about
look
your hair
sad
don't
that
grow.
his hairline was
You ain't
like
using
that.
your hair don't
Y'all be
grow.
coming at women with no edges.
Nah, forget that. So I got a question I want the ladies to answer.
Wait.
We're gonna start with you.
Lucky
Hold on.
Hold on, wait. Hey,
Bruiser
Trigger
ain't
Mike,
got no
before.
edges.
Hold on, wait. Trigger Mike, before real quick. Hey,
Bruiser
Bruiser.
ain't got no edges, y'all. That's what Lucky
Hey,
just
hold
said.
on.
I heard that.
Hey, Bruiser.
Go ahead.
I didn't say that.
When you put your hand on your forehead, did all your fingers fit on your forehead?
Is that the litmus test? Y'all terrible. All right, I want the ladies to go on this. We're gonna go to Nurse Key.
It fit.
All right, let me get this next question. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. Hair is a very sensitive topic for women. Are women aware that men can be just as sensitive about their hair? Nurse Key, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I would assume so. That's a sensitive topic, especially when you losing it at a young age. What are you asking? Like,
I'm just saying, Lucky over here telling people they got struggle beards and they need to stop trying and like look, just shave that little shit. She was over here taking subliminal shots. That hurt somebody's feelings, more specifically, Mr. Let Go. You should have seen his face.
Okay.
Because he bald and he got a struggle beard. So how do you think that made Mr. Let Go feel?
I don't have a struggle beard.
What do you call that shit then?
That's not a struggle beard, Trigger. It's acne that's impersonating hair follicles.
Oh shit!
Oh my
so
god!
Now you got acne. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Precious, what do you got on it? Are y'all aware
I said
that
this
men
earlier.
can be just as sensitive?
Yeah, men, they become insecure about that. Same with gray hairs. They're like, oh, I need to color these, and it's like let them grow out. Let it grow out. Look distinguished.
No, sometimes
you don't have to look 20
hair.
when you're
Women
40.
be coloring their hair.
You don't
Why
have
men
to.
can't color their hair?
Your little
Okay, so you got a problem with wigs. You have a problem with wigs.
No, that's not your hair. You can do what you want to do with your
That's not your hair color.
Right.
What's wrong with your hair? It's your hair. You can do
What's
what
wrong
you
with
want
your grays? Me personally,
You
I
color
like
your
the salt and pepper look. It's very.
That comes from.
It's very.
He gave. He said,
What?
do men become insecure?
So y'all
about
like
it? You
gray
weren't
beards, so
insecure
if we
about it.
color our beards
Okay, I can only speak
gray,
for
y'all
myself.
like that?
I know y'all heard Precious talking.
No, she asked a question. With me, it's just strings. I'd be like, this shit look crazy. No, I don't. I like it black instead of grays and random grays. If it all turns gray or something like that, that's a different story.
Well, it will never all turn gray if you keep coloring it with the beige.
Do you feel like you
hold
color
on.
it?
So Precious been throwing shots at me through this whole time about the gray hair, though.
Is that because
why you feel like this is about you? Let go, because it's not. He asked the question. The question was, are men insecure about their hair? And they are.
I'm just
you
saying it's
chose
not an
to
insecurity.
speak. You chose to speak. I wasn't throwing it at you, but you chose to speak. So if you caught the ball, then that's you. But I wasn't throwing it at you.
I was going to say
men are insecure about their hair. Men are insecure about their gray hairs, the lack of hair. It just is what it is. If you're confident in who you are, whether you got gray hair, black hair, no hair, long hair, you're good in any hood, right?
Y'all, we all insecure.
I was gonna say the top
Everybody
three.
insecure.
I was gonna say the top three things that men tend to be men insecure about their hair is balding first, their beard, and then going gray.
Yep.
I'm not insecure.
What was the female version of the question? Because we kind of went back to the guy.
Her edges gone. She got to wear a wig.
Let me
and shit
get
all the time.
Sheba in there, and then you, Lucky. Sheba, hair is a sensitive topic for women. Are women aware that men can be just as sensitive about their hair?
When it comes to the woman's hair or the man's hair?
No, like men being like we know when y'all want to dig at each other. Bitch, that's why you ain't got no edges. All of that, but. Women can be insensitive about men balding, having struggle beards, and all that. Are women aware that men can be just as sensitive about their own hair?
I don't think men are as sensitive about their hair as women are. I think men are more sensitive about their physique and a lack of muscle tone and physical
Y'all
strength.
don't want to say what y'all don't want to say what men is really.
Am I right or am I completely off?
You're wrong.
No.
Hold on.
One mic.
Because this is a teaching moment for me. So y'all are sensitive about having to shave your head.
Men are extremely the middle.
Don't let Mr. Let Go and Bruiser lie to you. I'm telling you, men are very sensitive about going bald. The only difference between men and women.
I agree with. The
only difference.
Against you, Sweeney.
Let him finish, though, Mr. Lego.
The only difference between men and women is that women can do something about it that's socially acceptable.
I knew white men were extremely sensitive
Hold
because I
on,
feel like
why
they
men
treat
can't
their
do nothing
hair
about it?
as a passive.
Hold on, baby.
What is it? A passive? What is it? A rite of passage. But black men rarely communicate and talk that much about their hair. Like they're kind of like machismo. So I'm really learning. I had no idea.
I think, like I said, that's the difference. Is that the difference is that there aren't very many things that men can do about it. You know what I mean? Whereas that's mostly socially acceptable. Like the whole, like even when you do the hair fibers and stuff, a lot of men still sit in my chair be like, "Nah, don't give me that fake lineup shit and stuff like that." Or even when you talk about the hair units, a lot of men still don't get hair units, even though they know that it will make them
Their
look young.
weaves.
So,
Basically-
so you saying the ladies,
Their
the ladies on
weaves.
the panel wouldn't date a man with a hair unit?
Hair unit.
You said what?
So you saying
Your
the ladies on
weaves.
the panel wouldn't date a man with a hair unit?
I don't
Y'all
think
call
that's-
us out
I'm
anytime we
I'm
wear
gonna be real
wigs.
with you.
No.
Man with a hair.
No.
Y'all do the same thing.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Y'all do the same thing. Y'all,
I'ma
we
be
say
real
we
with you.
bald, and y'all call it alopecia.
Hold
Y'all
on.
just
So
switch it up.
You want to know what's
so you
funny?
saying so
I
you
got
saying the
alopecia.
man?
Alameda, you said something right there. They
You
know,
got
they
real
know.
bald.
I got that alopecia.
Would you date a man with a hair unit?
Wow.
Would you date a man with a hair unit?
She wouldn't even know.
Why dudes
She
can't
wouldn't know.
have alopecia?
Saying like, would you date a man with a hair unit?
I would.
Who said I would?
I would if we were together for years and we get
Okay,
into
that's
that
what's up.
age,
That's
I-
one. What about you,
No,
Nurse King?
when
You date
you
one?
first start dating him, you found out is a hair unit.
Oh, come on, Miss
Yeah,
Lego.
like
I was trying to.
closer.
It depends on like the before and after.
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna tell
the
you this.
color.
Is,
I'm
I'm gonna tell y'all
You
this.
can't be George
Hold on.
Jefferson. I mean, you know.
But y'all
Most
want us to
guys-
date y'all with a high body count, but y'all,
Listen.
y'all.
No,
Most-
don't put all women because then you would be talking about your
Hold on.
kinfolk, Bruiser.
I'm
Don't
gonna
do
tell you
that.
this. There's no such thing as a.
Whoa.
Hold on, what? What happened?
I say don't
What?
categorize all women because then you're talking about your kinfolk, the women in your family. So don't talk about all women. You need to say
That has some truth to it, but that's still
That's
my
all I'm
point. Still
saying.
stands.
I was.
Because you tend to
gonna leave
attack
out.
all women, and I don't know who hurt you, but I really want you to move on from that.
Who hurt you? I didn't
Yo.
say all women. I just said women. All right.
Yo,
Who
there's
else
so
gonna
many
get in on
shots
this?
being
Lucky.
fired on this panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucky.
And where
Are
the
you
gun? Where the
aware?
gun sound at?
No, yeah,
Normally
Lucky
they say
started
people
all
catching
this.
strays. He catching straight shots.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
Sheesh.
Lucky
It's not
started
even
all this.
strays.
Are you aware that men can be just as sensitive about their hairline and stuff?
Yeah. I would say I'm aware that they're sensitive about their hairline, but I would say a lot of men are more willing to be open to getting the things to kind of preserve them looking youthful, such as dyeing and things like this. So I would say men are more insecure about their penis size. That's what
There you go. Golly. I was waiting on somebody to say it.
If he was bald and stuff, but he still had everything else, he cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But the hair, I think they cool with the hair. I think as far as women though, it's not, they speak so much on women when they get bald. So I think women are more vocal about being insecure versus when women speak on men going bald. It's not as, like she just said up here and said, I like the salt and pepper look. So they have no reason. A lot of women like that. So they have no reason to be insecure about going gray unless that's just their personal choice. Just like some women look better with their natural hair because men are saying it, but their own insecurities would say, you know, I like it better with the weave or whatever the case may be.
I totally agree with you on that.
Fantasy Island. What do you think? Are you aware that men can be sensitive about their hair?
Yes, I know a couple men that are holding on, and I try to encourage them every time to let it go, and they still are handsome, and they will not. And I don't shame them though, because I understand that it is sensitive for them, but they're handsome men. So I'm like, you don't need to do this, but they just don't believe, and I can't make them, but I do encourage them to just let it go. I don't know. What do y'all, what helped you guys decide to let it go?
So you saying all men, if all, I mean, ain't it like a plethora of men that if they do go bald, they probably won't be attractive?
Maybe so.
No, I don't. I think it's the uncertainty of what's going to come after they
When
show
do you feel
themselves
most
bald.
attractive? With your
They're-
bald head or with your?
Say it
They're-
again.
Yeah, men are used to the compliments and the attention that they get with the hair. So, you know, like Sweeney said, it's the letting it go. What's going to come after this? You know, what is it? What I mean, because you look different with hair and without hair. So how am I going to look after this? Can I accept myself after this? And then receiving compliments or any type of banter about you not having hair anymore is what comes after that.
So
now
it's,
you have to readjust.
so it's the same equivalent of the equivalence is a man letting his hair, his patchy hair go and just accepting his balding. It's the same as a woman accepting her natural hair, not wearing wigs.
No, because that has a lot to do with her femininity and how her confidence as a woman. We get our hair done, our nails done. So when
Yeah,
you
a
start
woman's
to
life is her
alter
hair.
our
Yeah.
hair, it's like that is a sensitive thing. Once you start to lose your hair, all the like it's so that's why they don't like when men talk about it, because they don't really actually know the emotions and everything behind our hair. Since we were little girls, you get your hair done. Like that was how, oh, you look so pretty. So if you take that away from us, you're taking a bit of our identity away.
Well, I'm not talking about you
Well, I have a
losing your
question,
hair. I'm
Bruiser,
talking about
real
you
quick.
just embracing your natural hair that actually isn't.
Yeah, it's just something
But
on
your
natural
natural
hair.
hair may have heat damage. Your natural hair might be balding. It might be falling out
Pores.
or having kids.
Chemical
Yes,
damage.
be patchy. And then if you are natural with a lot of hair, you have to do that. A lot of money maintenance every day. So there's a lot of things that come with your hair. And then once you're used to that and you start to lose it, you look for alternatives that men might not find acceptable.
But I would say but that's the difference between men and women is that men balding is on Front Street pretty much right off the rip. Y'all, a woman can hide whatever she got going wrong with her hair, whether her hair is fraying or something like that. She could braid it up, put a wig on it, or put it into longer braids or something like that. So a woman can hide her hair as long as she wants to, whereas a man, pretty much us balding is pretty much up on
Well, I have a
Front Street.
question. So I know, like when white men bald, they do the comb over, right? And that's the in between. What's the in between for black men? I know George.
The units now. What did you? The
Yeah,
units. The units.
For a black man, it's essentially the same, except for obviously we don't have hair that can comb over. So what a guy would typically do is that he will wolf out his hair and like try to use part of his hair to cover up his hairline. So you would bring some of the hair down, so your hair be a little bit longer right here to cover up the thinning of your hair. So it's essentially the same as a comb over, but not really.
So why are men so against getting closures or fake like the lace fronts? Like why are y'all so? Is it because y'all roast us so much?
Well,
No,
I mean, it's just
one
becoming
because that's just
available.
expensive.
Yeah. But I see it all over Instagram.
No, a woman can get a woman can get an
man
install.
getting his hair done is weird.
No, listen.
So hold on, Lucky. You are 100% comfortable with a dude. Y'all just took it there.
Right.
You at
grab
the
his
crib.
head.
You
Come
like,
on,
hold
Lucky.
on.
Come
Whole
on,
head, just come on. You comfortable with that?
Come on,
You staying with
No,
that
don't
dude?
set me up for failure like that. I was talking about if I'm married to him for a while, we going through changes with our hair together. More than likely.
Let me ask the ladies a
I'm
question.
okay.
We're in this together.
Let me ask the ladies a question. How matter of fact, I'll start with Nurse Key. How long can you wear your wig in or your hair in? If you have a wig on, how long can you wear it?
Why the fuck would you ask that?
I'm asking all of y'all. I'm just asking because I'm about to make a point.
Damn, all of them.
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, how
it
long
is
can you
a-
wear it
I-
for?
like feelings aside, it is a question. You know what I mean? It's
How long can I wear it?
Yeah, how long could you wear it?
As long as I maintenance it.
All right, so for a man, the reason why it's not as common for men because it costs just as much, but he has to do it every 2 weeks or
Yep,
every week.
We highly active. We be at LA Fitness, sweating it out and all that.
Oh, so you've inquired about this, Bruiser? That's what
No, I'm
you're
just saying. Think about
That's
it.
exactly what it is. Because how the hell you know, Bruiser?
Think about it. Think about it.
he has a wife.
I play basketball every day. Imagine if I got one of those on my head. To Sweeney's point, I probably had to get that shit done every week.
And it's almost $200 every week.
You gotta get some good.
It's $200.
Almost $200 to do it every week.
You gotta get the lace glue that don't.
Like think of it this way:
Water resistant.
Some blowhole tape.
the first one can cost you.
There's Key trying to put you up.
The first one will cost you $400, and then the touch up is $100. Or if you wait every 2 weeks and they got to redo it every 2 weeks, it's $200 every single time they do it.
You understand a woman's struggle.
So
Now you
think
do.
about that. That's the reason why men don't do it. Is because we cut our hair and we maintenance our hair so often, it don't make sense to do it.
Right.
So let me ask you this, Sweeney. Okay, and anybody can answer this. What if a man is like, okay, look, I understand you spending $200, $300 every 2 weeks on your hair. Girl, I love you the way you are. You can wear your hair how you want. You think women would embrace that and be like, oh
No.
shit, he gonna love me how
But
I
again,
am?
I think
they should.
I think it goes back to what they said. It's based on how you feel inside. You can tell me all day long, I'm beautiful without 26-inch weave and you love me just the way I am. But if I don't feel like that, I'm not going to adhere to what you want me to do.
Because it was a little girl. It was a little girl who had I think she put her own lashes in, and she said she was beautiful now. And I think her mother said, "You beautiful without them" or something like. Did y'all see that video? And then she said, "No, I'm
But
not."
I will say this. I would say this. Most black women are naturally beautiful when they pull their hair back from their face. Like if most black women don't really need the additions. I'm saying most. Even if she just pops up a bun and you're able to see just her naturally, most black women are strikingly beautiful. In just the most simple way. Even if she chooses to accessorize or do a little eyebrow, a little lip gloss, they really are. Most of them, they really are.
That's a good point.
Going off of Sheba point, can y'all admit a lot of our women aren't necessarily taking care of their hair? Like black men take care of their hair and lose their hair. A lot of black women, I'll say most of the black women who are not doing it, are not taking care of their hair.
Ali, they're taking care of their hair. They're not taking care of their insides.
That's
they're not taking care of their
Hold on, your insides?
They're not taking care of
their spiritual, their soul. They're not taking care of that. They'll spend the money to take care of their hair. They'll drop $400 to take care of their hair, but they won't drop $400 to go to therapy. They won't drop $400 to do the things that's necessary to actually be confident in what God gave them.
You know what? You know what's better than therapy for a woman? The goddamn gym.
All right, y'all. Look, I got to get these super chats ready. Y'all literally just we'll go down the rabbit hole on that one.
Also,
like,
facts.
Get that wig. Get
y'all
therapy.
asses in the gym and get some goddamn therapy. You damn.
Okay, groceries.
$2. How much to boot bruiser?
How much the boot bruiser? Your life savings. So add $1 more.
Damn.
B Taylor TV. $5. This emoji looks like bruiser.
tell her to go down 1 level and 2 to the right. I know where that emoji at, and that's the one she look like.
What's up, B Taylor?
Humble Dad, $5. I'm cool with being bald. Let it go when I was 30.
Shout out
30 years ago.
Carbon copy, $10. Tommy is speaking facts, so true. You attract what you grow up in. We attract what we know. That's why we have to deal so that we don't attract trauma or trauma bond. Ain't going nowhere. $2. Let go was bald at 9. Sherman Step Gramster. B Taylor TV, $2. If my mama didn't perm my hair, Mr. Let Go. Christopher J, $5. I'm 35 years old in April, and I will mark 2 years of me being bald. I don't know how, but more women find me more attractive now than 2 years ago. Granted, I'm bearded up. B Taylor TV, $2. This emoji looks like bruiser.
Yeah, that wouldn't do.
Carbon copy, $5. Tommy always bring a lot to the show. He brings knowledge, comedy, and realness. Love it. Appreciate that, Tommy. Ray Alexander, $5. Some men claim that a woman's education, career, and achievements don't matter. Is this a claim made by insecure men that don't meet women's standards? No. I think
absolutely
a lot of men say that shit, yeah. Secure men say that. So take K, $2. Queen Sheba got a math formula for every topic.
I can't help it, baby.
Freedom, $5. Let go damn near a senior citizen with a struggle beard. The solution is in your name. That was a good one. Freedom. B Taylor TV, $2. Every man on the panel, take off your hats.
Everybody take off your hats.
My head matted. I ain't about to take off my hat.
I was about to say, look, it looked messed up because my hat been on, but let me push the hairline.
That mean it been pushed down or something like that?
I ain't had a retwist in a long time. I'm good.
Exactly.
Take K, $2. Would y'all marry a man with a toupee? Let's go around. Sheba.
Oh.
Fantasy Island. Nah. Precious.
If that money right, ain't it?
But I marry a man with a toupee. No, I wouldn't.
It's just a toupee there.
Which also answers the question from earlier, which is this is the reason why men don't wear man wigs and shit like that, because
You
y'all
wouldn't
ain't
be confident enough for me.
Sweetie, you would not hang up your hat.
So now he not confident. All right,
Now
If you
you
have
not-
to wear a toupee.
so y'all can lie to him with y'all hair, but he
So,
can't lie to you.
so that means that
with his hair?
a woman
That's a
is
double
not confident
standard,
in her hair.
That's a double standard. So when women wear things, external things,
It is a double standard.
They're women.
It
they're
is.
women.
I think a man is allowed to
not
be
men.
self-conscious about his hair. That's just wrong.
But why do men even care about having the
See?
privileges that women get? Like,
Exactly.
Now they get.
Oh, come on. Come on.
All right,
man.
one mic.
I'm serious. You
Let
get
it
Let's
go.
get
like,
Nurse Key.
y'all are like,
Hold on, I can answer that. I can answer
One
So
mic.
I
Hold
get
on.
skinny jeans.
Nurse Key, toupee or no?
I don't mind my man being bald, so I don't know.
But he wants to put on a toupee and take it off every day.
That means he's
down with it?
insecure if he gotta wear it, and she's
That's
like,
not what
"You
they
ain't gotta
ask
wear
him
it."
is to let go.
Then put it on.
Ali.
Take
All
it
right.
off.
So you don't care. Lucky.
No, no.
This is
But
crazy.
if he's lacking in other manly areas, then that's a no go. Because that's just two negatives.
Like when you say a toupee, like how does it look? Is it like a bang unit?
Like,
Look,
It's
here
like
y'all go doing
a,
it.
It's a
feather?
bang.
What's the name of the thing that you
Bang.
put your toe in
Dubois.
and you put the top on there? What's
A
the name of that little
closure.
thing?
Is it a closure?
Yes,
Sweeney, what is that?
a closure.
That thing they
It's-
doing now with
To be real
It's
honest
called
with you,
it's called
I
a
have
man
closure
unit.
right now.
This is a
man
man
what?
unit.
It's called a man unit. And honestly, half of y'all probably done dealt with a guy that had one and you didn't notice it.
Yo, that's crazy. So a dude literally could be looking, hey, where my man unit at?
Wow.
That's
No,
crazy.
it's not even that.
No
Like
one's gonna slide while they having sex.
there's
You
like,
could take
I would
men
say this.
down
Black
for
men
the
don't wear
man.
toupees that they can just take off in the middle of the night.
Right.
Okay.
Yo, Sweeney,
Right.
do you know I've barely ever been in a barbershop ever in life? Probably like 5 times in my
I
whole
can
life.
believe it. I can believe it. That's why
But
you ain't got
to,
no hair.
hold on, but to Queen
'Cause
Sheba,
I just never really cared
That's
about
why you
all
ain't got no
this
hair.
barbershop shit.
My mic.
hold on, the Queen Sheba's question. Yeah, Queen Sheba, can you honestly think of some of the privileges that if it was even across the board that would be beneficial that man actually would care about?
Say that again, Bruiser, a little bit more clearly.
I'll rephrase it for 8th grade reading level. So basically, if the privilege were the same in the family court system, you don't think that that's enough for a man to care that privilege as far as having some type of baseline, not favoritism for the women, but just even equality as far as child custody and stuff like that.
I mean,
Because
that's
I think it would have decreased the crime rate.
You want me to answer or you want to answer?
Oh, I was asking the question, so you can answer.
Okay. So I was basing it off today's conversation just by way of hair. I noticed that every time you talked about a woman's privilege, you question why a man couldn't have a wig, or you kind of lined a man up next to a woman. So that's
I didn't
that's
say a
where
man
that-
couldn't
hold
have
on,
a
hold
wig.
on, Bruiser. Because they said in the chat, they say, why ask a woman a question if you're gonna cut her off and tell her she's lying?
No, I was asking you a question.
And then you do it
Why
again.
do men?
And then you do it again, though.
You
Then
said
do it
why
again.
do men want to have the same care about having the same privilege?
Yeah, why do you
I'm-
even care about a wig and if you can wear a wig? That's fine.
When you asked the question, you didn't base it off. You
But
didn't
you
base
didn't
it off
answer it. So
anything.
why
You
do
said
you
privilege.
care? Why do you care?
Well,
If
can I answer that
women had the
question?
same privileges?
Can I answer that question? I would
Sure.
love to answer that question. I don't think it's about the wig. I think it's about the ability to be to be insecure about something without being shamed for it.
Thank you,
So-
sweetie.
But are we shaming you for it, or are you shaming yourself?
Well, no, when she said, "Oh, why y'all? Why do?" When he asked, "Okay, you get to be self-conscious about your hair and be able to wear a wig. Why can't men go out and be able to wear a wig because they're self-conscious?" And that's what I think he was grabbing from. But men are self-conscious. That's a human emotion. So,
But if you wore a wig, Sweeney, other men would bash you quicker than other women because you
Not
got to
as-
sit in the
exactly.
barbershop.
It's not
and
as often as you
really-
think.
Enough where I don't
The
know.
only time, like men get bashed regardless. So if you're going bald, they're gonna laugh at
And
you.
I can say the
you got a
same
man
thing
unit,
about
they're gonna.
women.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I can say the same thing about women, right? We hear all the time, take the wig off. We don't want to see the screen
Yeah.
door. If her you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we still get shamed. Women shame. So it's when we hear men speak about it, most of y'all insecurities, y'all could wear the wig. But if Trigger Mike said this is not my real hair, Everybody, the men first will clown him.
No, it's what Sheba just said. Men want to see women in their natural state. We don't shame y'all for that. We want to see you with your natural hair and your natural face. We say you don't
No,
need
but
makeup
he said
or
the
wig.
insecurity. He said we want to be able to be insecure and whatever without being shamed for it. I'm saying women get
Right.
shamed for their said because you want to wait. You said you want to see them natural, but the truth of the matter is, if you wanted to see her natural and she had no edges and she had raccoon circles around her eyes and she looked in her natural state, and you like, babe, we about to put that stuff on and go to dinner. Most men would be like, girl, what the hell you doing to your hair? They're not going to accept what she looks like naturally. If you just said
Words mean a lot. And look at the wording of how you phrase. You said raccoon eyes instead of saying.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Beautiful,
I said dark circles.
Instead of saying a beautiful shade of color around her eyes,
it's not
most black
beautiful,
women
Bruce.
say it. You used a negative connotation by saying it was raccoon.
Because it's negative.
You already
Most
mentally predisposed to think that's your natural state. It has derogatory.
It's negative to have that. It's negative to have scars. That's why you have.
We gotta move on, y'all. We gotta get to the last topic. Let me get these super chats out of the way. Carbon copy $2. My cousin is huge and she don't cook. Facts, Tommy. God, that's a bad combo. Lady died dating the marriage support $5. Why y'all mad? Because men don't want to look older than what they are. Don't compare blue, pink, or orange hair with just covering your grays. Lady die. Sanicia Arnold $5. King she thing, you are so disrespectful. Please grow up. It's not ladylike or cute.
Oh, stop it,
And
girl.
$2. I want you to know what's up with the silly ass baby hair. Or I want to know what's up, rather. Sanicia Arnold. Mr. Let Go, why do you overtalk people? Please explain why you think we want to hear you over everyone else. We don't. Striking it rich, $2 or $2 foreign currency. Don't give Sheba water. Straight gremlin out here. 1,000 naira. Marchantane. Would the panel equate men's hair transplant to a woman's BBL? Yes or no?
That's where the double standard comes, and that's when we told we want to have the same privileges or something.
Okay.
There are women. There's supposed to be a double standard.
$5. I knew the Who Hurt You was coming sooner or later. Sheba can't contain herself. Typical spoiled milk response. Danger Zone 304 is assemble. Freedom $5. Nah, do your hair. Otherwise, they'll be looking like Lori Lightfoot. Please don't. It's funny how this discussion is black women's beauty, but the first person to call another black female ugly is another black female. Facts. Take K, $2. Beauty standards misguided are women to weave.
That was perfect.
DJ Cadillac, $2. Somebody else's DNA on your scalp is crazy. Val Lawrence, $5. Yes, Sheba, most black women should embrace their natural selves. Going natural was the best thing I've ever done. All right. Thank y'all for these super chats. Damn, we got 1,300 people in here and 614 likes. Make sure y'all get those likes up right now to 750. I need y'all to click that like button for this fire. As usual, we got an all-star panel giving you some fire here. All right. So our last topic of the night, JR likes to call it the meat, is about men's insecurities. And he forgot to send me the video, but I pulled it up. All right. So is it his problem unmasking male insecurities? Let me get this video started for y'all.
Typically, when you ask women, what are men supposed to do to make you happy in a relationship? The answer is summarized somewhere around security, make me feel secure. When I ask women on my page, what would you do if you felt insecure in a relationship? The number 1 and 2 answers were leave or cheat. Now, when I ask another question, what would you do if your man asked you to change clothes before you left because he didn't want to get into any altercations where he was going? Women said, that man sounds weak. That man sounds insecure. So how do you reconcile these two things? When you're feeling insecure, it's the man's fault. But when the man's feeling insecure, it's still his fault. It's not you being weak or any of that type of stuff. It's something that he's doing wrong. But when he's feeling insecure, it's his problem. If a man is supposed to be the one who is in charge of your security and making you feel secure, then when he's feeling insecure, why isn't that an indication that you're doing something wrong? If he has all the responsibility of making you secure, but none of the authority to actually enforce it, how is he supposed to do anything? So that's my question to y'all. How come when you're feeling insecure, it's the man's problem, but when a man shows you signs of insecurity, he's weak.
That's one hell of a question. This is a free for all. Y'all dive in at will. Go ahead.
That's
one
it.
I
mic,
think
please.
a lot of times we expect men to not really show their insecurities. They don't really broadcast it very much. So when we see it in a man, we're like, oh, this is insecurity. We're not used to seeing this in men. So there's something wrong with you. But realistically, it's pretty natural for people to have insecurities. We shouldn't put that stress on men. But honestly, I gotta be honest, I was doing that in the past. If somebody was doing something, especially a man, if a man was doing something that I was like, that's insecure, I would think he was a weak man. I would think he was lesser than, and I would call him out about it too. So I had to learn and grow from that because that's toxic as fuck. But I didn't realize at the time. I just felt like, oh, I know what a real man is. Real men do this. Real men do that. Real men do this. You're not one.
I think
All right.
that's the simple answer would be your job as a partner, spouse, whatever you want to identify it as, is to do what the other person feels secure with you doing. I don't know why we act like, oh, if I wouldn't get mad at it, you're this. If he's insecure and he's saying, hey, it will make me feel more comfortable what you're wearing, 9 times out of 10, what you're wearing is probably inappropriate. I don't think if you wore something appropriate, a man would have a problem. Now, if you are wearing something appropriate and you're just shapely and your figure just busts out, then that's a whole other conversation. But in general, if he's saying something, I think it's your responsibility to make sure your partner is feeling secure. Now, if you're doing your job to make sure they feel secure and the reason why they feel insecure is their own internal issues, then I need to go to like some couples counseling or something to know how to communicate and work with them through their own personal issues if you want to stay. But if that person feels insecure the same way us women want them to listen to us and make us feel more secure, such as maybe I want you to text me when you get here. I want you to call me in the morning. Maybe I don't want you to hop on something and tell me before you actually acknowledge me. There's a lot of things that make us insecure, and we know it's his responsibility. I think it's the same vice versa. I think men just aren't as vocal, like she was saying, with their insecurities, and they're not as comfortable with voicing them to say, hey, that's making me feel a way that you wearing it. They want to make it seem like they're not tripping, but then later on they tripping. So yeah.
I agree. I guess I have a deeper question. My question would be, is he in a situationship or a relationship? Because most men that have been in relationships, they'll tell you the first thing a woman does when she puts on her clothes, she comes out and says, what? How do I look? Yes, like, is my butt too big? Is this too tight? Can you see my stomach? And at that point, most men will give their feedback. So if he's in a situationship and he's just going to her house to pick her up, that's not really your woman. And if you want a little bit of governance over what she wears, then make her your woman. That's the first thing. On the flip side, when it comes to accountability for a woman, I think it's a woman's responsibility to communicate. You know, if you're in a relationship and not a situationship, then you have to communicate. If you have a moment, if you're triggered, that's your issue. But you have to communicate that with him. If you're in a situationship with that man, he really don't owe you nothing, to be honest.
So if in general, women are calling men who are insecure weak men, what do they say to the sons who don't have a father in the household, which causes the boys to be predisposed to insecurity? What do they call them?
What was the question? What do they call men, boys who are what? I'm sorry.
Raised in a house without a dad.
Oh.
And exposed to those insecurities.
Feminine men.
I'm sorry, Bruce. Exposed to what insecurities?
I don't understand the question.
So I didn't think I had to delve into that. I just thought that we all had an understanding that young boys who grow up without a father in the household have insecurities.
What insecurities?
We can talk about the insecurities, but I just thought maybe everybody had an understanding of what.
But isn't it up to him to deal with those insecurities in however way he can before he gets with a woman that he's responsible for?
No, I'm talking prior to him actually going out to date. Like, his overall behavior, his overall psyche. You know, like is it safe to say that these young boys are weak men. If
Yes,
these
but
women
they have to stay away from women because just in my opinion, I can only speak for me. A man is responsible for a woman's safety. He's responsible for a woman's emotional safety. He's responsible for providing for that woman when he takes her, you know, I know it's a little different world, but when he takes her away from her dad, you know what I mean? Like that's where she comes from. So it's important because I look at two different things. A man that's insecure or a man that's vulnerable. I think it's important for a woman to cover the man when he becomes vulnerable because he's human. But if he has a lot, because we all are insecure about something, but when a man is overtly insecure, he don't need to be around a woman because the number one thing a woman needs is safety. And that means when a woman feels unsafe, emotionally, physically, or financially, she's going to have a problem. And the first thing she's going to say is, I might as well do this by myself because she's been trying to keep herself safe for years. But now
let me ask you this.
Hold on. But now she's with an insecure man. That's even worse than her being by herself because we all know when a woman is on her own, she has a certain amount of masculine energy. She has to figure her life out or whatever. But when she gives up that masculine energy and gives her man whatever it is that he wants, which is to be feminine, but he becomes insecure, now she's confused.
Are you saying an insecure man or a man that has insecurities? Because those two totally different things.
Hold on. I literally said an overtly insecure man.
Okay, what does that look like?
I literally said that.
No, I'm asking, what does that look like?
A man that's overtly insecure, he's jealous. He thinks his woman is going to leave him. He's worried about his beard or his hair, like we talking about, or whatever. He's not confident, like Precious said. When a man isn't confident,
well, my question wasn't directed towards overtly insecurities. My question was directed towards perhaps having abandonment issues and not having a father figure. And
well, that's what he has to deal with
not having a father figure
woman,
to instill.
Most overtly
the
insecure men
masculinity
become
in
violent.
you
They're
so
not
you can
just sitting there like a simp. They become physically violent with women, with men.
Yeah.
Like they're not just sitting at home letting people run over them. If you look at statistics and if you look at the behavioral,
I think you're derailing the point I was
that
making.
bruiser.
What I
Huh?
was saying is, okay, so we know the lack of a father in the household, the insecurities that could be there is that the fact that he don't have that presence of masculinity that actually can show him how to be a leader and a protector, and then go
Right.
out in a relationship and portray those qualities to a woman in a relationship so she can feel safe. What I'm saying is, since you agree that these kids, these women are calling these men weak, they're probably more than likely indirectly calling their sons weak. And then and if that's the case, shouldn't these women that's actually dating these men that don't have a father in the household, should they have some type of grace or compassion for them?
Absolutely not.
Well, are you making this up? Like, are you making this up?
Absolutely not.
No,
because
I'm not.
like I said, Bruiser, it's very important when it comes to a man taking that woman away from her family or her safe space. It's
okay. I get what you said.
She's his responsibility. So regardless of who did what, you need to leave that woman alone if you can't be fully responsible for that woman.
No,
Right,
what I'm
he's
saying
he's looking to him for security, and he doesn't feel secure.
But what I'm
in that
saying
way.
is, should you have some grace? You should have some grace, some compassion.
We just said no.
I've had grace for people.
Bruiser, I can answer that. Do you have grace for single women? Because you tear them down every chance you get, baby mamas.
Yeah, I had
so that would
grace
answer
for
your
my
question
single,
right
I
there.
had a grace for a single woman. Yes, I had one.
Single women with children that came up without a father. Because I
Do
hear
I have
your
grace
talking
for them?
points. Yeah.
I don't have to have grace for them. I'm married.
Okay, that answers your question.
What I'm saying
Why are
is,
you wanting women to have grace for
you're not letting me give you the elaboration so you can understand, Mr. Lego. What I'm saying is, if you calling men weak because they have these insecurities, and these kids these sons are growing into these men, adults with these insecurities, and you have the knowledge that if you raise these kids in a household without the father and you agree to the custody agreements, knowing that they're better off, knowing that they potentially wouldn't have these insecurities if they were with the father. What I'm saying is you should have some grace for these men that have these insecurities.
Why? Because you have men who were absent fathers judging women who did not have fathers as well, saying that it doesn't matter
So
you didn't have a
you
father.
just went another route from my question.
No, I did not take left. I'm telling you, this is the truth. What you're asking. So if you're saying women should give grace because they're raising sons, whatever the reason, then grace.
Okay, here go in a nutshell.
Okay.
If women are creating weak men, and these weak men are going into the dating market, and then you're going to say, "Oh no, I don't want you." Isn't that like
the question? Let me answer the question.
Okay, so basically you're saying you want women to give grace to the point to act like his mother in a relationship when we have conversations.
I'm saying you're going to raise weak men,
Bruiser,
and then say, "Oh, we're going to deny you."
Here's the question: we just disagree because if your grace is only one-sided, that just cancels it out. Because if you're saying we don't give grace to women who didn't have fathers, even though we know this is the effect of it, but this is the effect of boys that don't have fathers. How come we are supposed to give men grace who are the ones that did not have fathers? More than likely going to end up being a pookie. He's not going to know how to do the position. So you're saying to give grace to men who did not have a male structure. So he's going to be feminine. I'm going to be masculine, and I'm not called to be masculine. Why would I? That makes no sense. That's promoting.
I didn't say. Listen, I didn't say.
Let her finish. We answering your question, bro.
But y'all pandering. I'm asking y'all simple questions. Y'all giving me
one mic.
Precious.
I don't think men give women grace to be masculine. That's not something that men would give women grace to be, because you want us to be feminine when we reach you. So we as women want men to be masculine. When we're with them, and being masculine means that you're taking everything into consideration in your being to be able to show up, to show that security. If you know that you didn't have that covering when you were a child, that's a man's responsibility to seek out a male coach, a therapist, your pastor, I don't know, but somebody other than your girl, because she's going to become your therapist and she's not going to be your woman. And believe me, that's not a good place to be, especially if you're not married to this person. You become very tired, bogged down from this person. You feel smothered. You feel like this person don't really have anyone else to talk to. They don't really trust anybody else. That is something that as a man, you have to say, I know I'm deficient in this area, and I have to seek out the resources to be able to help me be secure, a coach or someone that's going to be able to hold your hand through it all. Because when she becomes your wife, she becomes your wife because you have shown and given the qualities that you're able to show up as her husband.
Facts.
Not as the boy who didn't have his father. Now that's still going to be there. Don't get me wrong. That's never going to go away. But at some point you have to take that into your control and have autonomy in that area to say, I lacked this when I was a child. And I know that when I get into a relationship, these insecurities are going to show up. They're going to show up probably day one.
So let me ask you this, Precious, and that's a good point.
Hold on, Ali got to go. Ali want to go. We got what you're saying, Bruiser. Everybody wants to respond.
We're gonna go to Ali, then Nurse Key.
I don't think most men are insecure because of the underperforming part. I think most men are insecure because they're being emasculated. And when we are naturally drawn to y'all, we are naturally afraid of losing you as well too. Starting from our mothers, men and women both come back to mothers. We love women. But what makes men emasculated and insecure is when what they're doing as a man is not good enough for a woman. I think that's what makes men insecure. So when we're saying women are emasculating men, men are showing up masculine, but we're having women who want to lead the families now, and they want men to work for them, and they want men to be afraid of losing them instead of being women who work for these men and afraid of losing men. That's the problem with a lot of today's society. A lot of women want to be prioritized and their feelings prioritized over a great relationship and a healthy relationship with that man. Because y'all all know this. If you can get a man to be vagina whipped, if you can get a man to jump over hurdles and do anything for you, you already lost him. You know who you're dealing with, and he's a filler. And what happens is when you really do meet a good man and a good solid man who is secure, you've met so much of we'll say men who've been emasculated, and they've done everything for you and built you up so much that when you meet an actual man you got to work for, you don't know what to do with yourself. A lot of women do not know how to show up as a woman, and they'll push that man away. And then that man goes, dang, either he'll go, I'm still going to be a man and stand on my square, and I'm still going to be a leader, and I'm a match with the woman that I can provide for and lead, or he's going to be emasculated and he's going to bow down to the vagina. And that's what a lot of women are doing. We're living in a culture where women are emasculating their men to the point that they're going, I'd rather be with her than be alone. And that's why a lot of people still commit in relationships, because we are naturally afraid to lose you. We love you unconditionally. You'll leave us.
What's the correlation between a man being emasculated?
He don't give a shit if she lies.
What's the correlation between a man being emasculated and him not having the proper upbringing to be able to know how to fulfill that role?
What I'm saying is,
have the example of how to fulfill the role.
Y'all are very intelligent. I believe that Precious, Lucky, Sheba, I think y'all are very aware, especially because of maturity and experience. You know, when you meet an insecure man that prioritizes you versus a man that he already can take care of everything. He's already a leader, and it's a man you have to add to his life. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you meet a guy who's already insecure and has to jump over hurdles and validate himself being with you because he has a lot of issues with himself that he'll live for you. You already know you're dealing with an insecure man. You know what a secure and insecure man is. And a lot of women date down today instead of dating up.
Well, but that's wrong.
I just want to answer what Precious said and go to Nurse Key. I was raised by a single mother, but I went out and found a daddy. I made my best friend's dad my dad. I went out and found what I needed from the streets. As an adult, before I became Mr. Let Go, I had 2 coaches. So I went out and found father figures. I found men to be around. I found coaches. I got therapists. So as a man, you have a responsibility to yourself to put yourself in the best position to be responsible for other freaking people. So with all these men, what about you? Don't need no goddamn grace. You're a goddamn man. Figure that shit out or leave these women alone. Period.
All right, Nurse Key.
What?
Let's get your take.
Well, number one, me and my son's father are not together. So I'm raising my son in my household by myself. Not to say that he's not active, but we don't live together. So in essence, I am a single mother in a house raising a little black boy. I don't know that not having a man in his house is going to make my son a weak man because he has a strong mother. And one thing that I will say that
hold on, let her finish.
I don't know that him not having his father in the household every single day is going to make him a weak man when he grows older. Now, I don't know really where you was trying to take that, but I just wanted to kind of say that now. As far as having grace, I think it's one thing to understand that that's your circumstance, but like everybody else, you have to take your own insecurities and your own traumas and your own transgressions with you not having a dad or you having this issue or having these abandonment issues. Maybe it wasn't your dad, maybe it was your mother, but if those are the things that you endured in your life growing up, when it comes time for you to be in a relationship, don't bite off more than you can chew. If you know that you're that insecure and those are your issues, yes, it's one thing for your woman to understand and say, hey, I'm here with you. I understand that. But it's not her responsibility to carry that burden. So that's just, I don't know.
Nurse Key, just a question. Can you, because you being a strong woman, that ain't got shit to do with raising no boy. I don't know, but can you send your son to his dad when he gets older? Just a question.
Can I? Or
possibly?
What do you mean, can I?
Would it be okay when your son gets a little older to send your son to his dad? Is he capable, the dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please do that? Because all this strong woman shit ain't gonna cut it with no boy. A woman cannot raise a boy.
That's not at all. I'm not saying that I can teach him male qualities.
No,
I'm not a man. What I'm saying is I have qualities about myself making me a strong woman that I will.
It's not enough. It needs to be with his dad is all I'm saying. I'm just saying, you saying that could potentially put you in a position mentally where, no, I got this. You don't got this. He needs to be around his dad. That's all I'm saying.
I think you need to stay curious, Mr. Lego, and ask her why she feels that way as opposed to condemning her.
Well, I didn't want to take up the whole, I would why do you think that, Nurse Key? I'm a strong woman type of thing. Why do you say that?
Because I am. Number
See
one.
what I'm saying? That's the reason why I didn't ask the question.
No, but what about that are you trying to oppose? I want to know that.
I'm not opposing anything. I'm not here to oppose you. It's just a question. Can you,
yes,
at some particular point, send your son to his dad? Because the reason why I'm saying that is because some women who think I'm a strong woman, you think you're enough to raise your son. And I'm letting you know you are not enough to raise your son. He needs to be with his dad. That's all I'm saying. No matter who you are, is all I'm saying. It's not an indictment on you, but no matter who you are, you don't have a penis, you need to be send him.
But I also guess my situation is different than most. A lot of women who are single mothers are true single mothers. Me and my son's father just don't live in the same house. This is not to say that he's not helping me raise his son. He is.
So, that's dope. Yeah, that's cool.
So what I'm saying is me being the everyday parent, the
can he be the everyday parent?
All right, hold on, Mr. Let Go. You're saying Mr. Let Go is saying, can you? I think the question is, would you let your child's father be the custodial parent?
And she said yes.
Of raising his son.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, so can I ask?
I ain't got no beef
question real quick. So if women know that, and this might be more directed towards Precious on her point, that she made some really good point. So if women know that when they raise the young boys alone, and it comes with emasculation, on a scale from 1 to 10, and the scale represents percentage, how many single mothers that have young boys are saving up therapy fees to prevent them from going out into the world and being finessed and emotionally abused for being insecure?
I would say it's less than 5%, but honestly, as a mother, if you're a single mother of a son, then I think it should already be known that you're not going to be able to give that little boy everything that he needs.
Do you think women are oblivious to that though? I think they are.
I think that women get into this superhero mode and say, I'm super mom and I can do it all. And it's a lie. It's a lie.
I think there's a lot of men.
That's all I was saying.
Let's talk about why women feel like that. I don't want to make this a woman thing as if women wake up and say, I want to be a single mother.
No, y'all do wake up every day and say y'all want to be a single mother.
Not at all. So how about we redirect the energy like men? Why do you leave women to be
Nurse Key? They don't do that here. Women are the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
It's all your fault. It's your fault.
Okay.
It's all your fault.
You don't stop it, Queen Sheba. If you don't stop it, let's get my man Sweeney in here.
Damn, y'all done said so much. I guess I can cycle it back around to the God damn, I don't even know where to start. One, I do believe women do elect to be single mothers, but that's neither here nor there.
Thank you, bro.
That's
so you're saying a woman that has sex with a guy,
let him
and the guy chooses to leave.
Let him finish it up. Then we're gonna open it up for.
I wanted to ask it. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Sheba.
So yeah, I think I heard like another guy said, and maybe it was I wanted to ask Ali, I think, but are you saying that when two single people come together, because most of them are single? We're not talking about married people that have kids and they got a divorce. But when these single people, both of them, that's my dog, sorry, choose and elect to have unprotected sex and the woman becomes pregnant and the man leaves, that's her fault? And it's not both of their faults?
No,
so
it is her fault.
She's choosing to become a single mother.
Yes.
Because she had sex with him and she did what? She didn't get rid of
a single person, and if you have a baby,
I'm asking, is that how y'all think? So when y'all see these men that have a child, you're like, bro, that's her fault that you got a son. Man, you ain't do nothing wrong. That's her fault. She did this to you. Is that what we're saying?
Man, it's his fault. We talking to the woman.
Let her get it out, bro. I'm gonna answer.
I'm asking, is that your ideology as men?
No, I would say the reason why I say women elect to be single mothers is because of the actions that come after the fact. Yes, he may have left. That does not mean you can't find a replacement. And we know that y'all have the options. So if you can't find, like, you go your entire life, your kid goes from birth to 18 years old, you've never found a man, you chose to be a single mother. Or we can go the route of, yes, he does leave, but then y'all both go to court. and the judge says, hey, look, we're only going to give him 100 days out the year. You're going to get the other 200. And you say, sure, I'm cool with that. That's you electing to be a single mother. Because you can honestly say, no, judge, I want him to have 150. I mean, no, what is it? 365? What is that? 180? I want him to have 180 days, and I'll take 180 days. And we'll let it rock out how it rocks out. But if you choosing to let the judge give him whatever he's going to get, and more often than not, it's less than, even for fathers who want to be there, you're electing to be a single mother. And then throw in on top of that, you never go out and find a replacement. It is, I honestly, this is headcanon right here. I honestly believe it's easier for a woman to find a man after the baby than it is for her to have one before the baby.
So women should just be letting random men come up in their house around their kids. Keeping in mind all the stuff we see on the news now. Because one hand, y'all say protect the kids. Stop letting. Every time we see a news story, when I go through the comments, they tell the women, stop letting these men come around your kids.
Well, respectfully,
okay, wait. Hold on, I got to trigger.
Let me just say this.
I got to answer for that too.
They're letting men come through anyway. Every man on this panel could tell you they're letting the men come.
We don't came through.
Hold on,
we just wasn't crazy enough to do nothing. We came through.
Here's the
child
thing.
in the other goddamn room, just straight hoe. So stop it, Sheba. Stop
Here's
it.
The thing.
Well,
here's the thing.
Go ahead, Sweeney.
Here's the thing. I love when y'all say that, because that means that everything that you've done before that is null and void, because you let any random dude come and give you a baby. So you mean to tell me you can't find, now all of a sudden your picker is broke for real after the fact? You say that you became a better woman, that you know better, you know what to look for and everything else. So why can't you find somebody who wants you and can accept? And I know a lot of men who are willing to be stepfathers. I'm one of them.
I'm one of them.
I was twice.
Sheba, you got a rebuttal? Sheba, you got a rebuttal?
Sit down, Sheba, and be quiet.
Just like, you know,
I think muted.
I guarantee you, every woman over here, I guarantee you, every woman on this panel knows a guy that would have loved them and their kids unconditionally.
That is an actual fact.
You made my point. And what are they doing, Sweeney? They're giving these single mothers grace and compassion. But whenever the man is insecure or the man has any fallacies or anything wrong with him, it's, oh no, he's a weak man. I can't
tell him to go fix his shit and leave these women alone, bro. What are you talking about? He's a man.
Just to have an extremely intentional conversation, right? To all the ladies, should a man be able to take intimacy from you whenever they want to without your consent? No, right?
Not unless you can go and do that direct withdrawal from your bank account.
And
she
majority
should be able
of
to take your money anytime she gets ready.
Majority of everything we do together should be intentional and should.
Are
be
you talking husband and wife, or are you just talking man and woman?
No, man and woman before wife. Should I be able to say I want you and I have the right to take that?
No.
Okay, so will we agree also that everything that we do together as healthy people we both should give consent to it, correct?
Yes.
Okay, the biggest part about this is that the man is just the key. We had to talk about this over and over on the panels, right? The women give access to everything. You give access to me being able to see you. You give access with me be able to take you somewhere. You give access for me to hold you. You give access for me to touch you. You give access for me to kiss you. You give access to me to be able to come to be intimate with you, correct? So if we have all that consent, shouldn't we both also have a healthy conversation in regards to what happens if we do get in a position where we did have a reckless sex? Should both people be able to give consent to a child, or only one gives it? Because if we're going to say women and men should be 50-50 on everything and be equal, should a woman honor the fact if a man wants a child or not? Or is it just up to the woman? Because if the man wants a kid and the woman doesn't want the kid, is that right? Or should we make sure that both people should be able to give consent for a child?
I feel like we always have this conversation.
Because I don't think we spend enough
things end up happening. Somebody ends up dissatisfied. So rather, if the man doesn't want the baby, but the girl does, or the girl doesn't want the baby and the man does, somebody ends up upset.
You get.
But what about
hold on, let go.
The hell?
You picking and deciding what you're deciding what's going to happen with the baby, and you're the one that typically wants the relationship, correct? Man, we will admit most men want sex. Don't we say that? Everyone, all the women on the panel. Lucky, most men don't want. Lucky, you gonna go like this? Are we gonna?
The reason why I'm doing that is because I hear a lot more men say that they want relationships and marriage.
No.
Are we saying?
What I'm saying is this:
What?
when sex is happening prior to marriage, do men typically respect the women they're having sex with prior to marriage? That's what I'm asking too.
Most people don't get married and never had sex with each other.
Bro, what are you
Go
talking
ahead,
about?
go ahead.
Exactly.
Fantasy
That's
Island.
very normal for people to have sex before marriage. This isn't.
Yeah.
Back
What are
in
you
the
talking
day.
about,
What I'm
Ali?
saying is that if you're having
So,
sex with a
I don't
person,
understand.
you should get both of the people should get to know each other, especially the woman, right? The woman should know if this. A lot of
they
women
should
say.
get to
A
know
lot
each
of women
other.
say, "I do
Yes.
everything for my child is my first priority." Correct.
Yeah.
So the man having a husband should be the first priority. The greatest thing you can do is pick the person you're having a child with. So you should know if this man wants to be a father. You should know if this man wants to have a marriage with you. And if he didn't, it shouldn't be the man you lay down and had sex with. Now, let's say that happens. I do agree that the man should be responsible of you, right? Now, if you broke that, and now you're having sex with a man reckless, and now he got you impregnated, isn't that woman now supposed to do what this man is saying? Isn't this man supposed to be responsible of her and the child? If you want him to be responsible, or is he supposed to take place of a relationship where the woman controls the relationship, and he's there just to go, okay, you do whatever you want to do. So he's in a household that it's not even for him.
I think they should do what's best for the child, but I think the part that I didn't hear anyone say was you become a single mother. Just from what I was told my dad, you chose to be a single mom when you chose to have a baby before you got married. So whatever came with the fact that y'all not married, that's just the dynamics of it. People can come and go. People could do whatever because you guys did not prioritize a foundation or something more solid before you had a child. So both of y'all single, just having a child. But I will say, whatever happens outside of a household, outside of having a marriage, and you start a family before actually starting a marriage, then I think whatever happens, that's both of y'all fault, both of y'all responsibility, both of y'all are accountable for the fact that maybe he gone, y'all don't get along, you don't like her, she don't like you, whatever that dynamic plays a part. Neither one of y'all thought about the kid in the first place because we would have got married prior to that. So
we have to remember that the onus is majority on the woman.
Yeah,
so
come on,
women
Lucky.
can't say, well, why did he?
Lucky, women can literally have a baby.
Yeah,
and go put it up for adoption, and no one calls
I
that
didn't
deadbeat.
say they couldn't. No, the father has to consent. Ali,
No, no,
shut up the club.
No,
They carried it out. I'm just
y'all. If we both have to consent, we should consent. If that man doesn't want to be a father or wants to be married with you, why would you want to have a kid with this man? That's what's destroying society. Most men, when they tell you they don't want to be with you or have a kid with you, he's gonna show you exactly. That's what's happened in society since the beginning of time. A man is only
women
gonna
are
love who loves
pookie
him.
pickers. That's the problem.
But I think we agree as just the same way I've heard
Mr.
people ask the question, why do you guys get women pregnant that you don't want to be with or be in the child's life? I mean, but that question is always demonized.
Men can't get you pregnant unless you give him access, like Ali was saying. Most of the onus.
I'm not saying nobody is saying that's the case, but we're not gonna sit up here and act like she got pregnant by herself.
Right, especially when Ali preaches.
And the thing is, if she wants the baby and he doesn't, then doesn't that mean?
Order was Precious, Sheba, then Fantasy. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is women can, when it comes to having a child, yes, theoretically, we're both responsible. But idealistically and realistically, the woman is more responsible. So when you have a child and you're not wedded, then you have to understand that you're going to take on most of the responsibility. And as much as you would want him to be there, and as much as you call him out his name, and as many times you call his cell phone, and as many times you try to get that child support, you have to understand that is a consequence of your decision to lay down with the man that you did not marry.
You chose
unless you give him custodial.
Yeah. So all the my baby dad ain't this, and this is like those are your decisions. And if you don't want to,
then why are y'all mad at the guy with the 7 kids? If that's what we stand
Stop, Sheba. Stop.
I'm for real. Everybody went against him. He's saying exactly. No, stop, Mr. Lego. Let me talk. He said exactly what Precious just said, but he said it in a more rogue and roughneck kind of way. But at the end of the day, they're both saying the same thing. He says she should have protected herself. None of the women asked him to use a condom. He's saying exactly what Precious is saying. I told them I didn't want kids. That's your problem. I'm not paying for it. Good luck. See you later.
That is
so
equality.
why are people attacking him?
Most men are not mad at him right now because of what's
Okay.
going on, Sheba. Most people are going. They're
That's
seeing
equality.
he's demonstrating exactly what's happening. The man is literally saying, "I don't want a kid. I don't want to. I'm not going to be there." And the women are still deciding to have a baby with it when it's convenient for them. They're doing what's in their best interest, because if a woman don't want to have a kid, she'll say, it'll be a financial burden. I'm not ready to be a mother, and she'll use the government to not be able to have a kid. But as soon as the guy says he don't want a kid, and she says she's doing what's in the baby's best interest, she goes, "You should have put a condom on," and then doesn't prioritize the way that man wants to raise that child if you're putting the father first. So ultimately, she's still putting herself first and her best interest over the baby and the man, because if it's about the baby, you're going to put that man first. That's all I'm saying. So he can take care of that household.
Let's get Fantasy Island Girl in there.
I think because of what you're saying, that women will not have a baby that they don't want. These women want to have the baby with this man. If the man doesn't want to have the baby with her, it is in his best interest to make sure he doesn't have a baby with her. At the end of the day, you agree with me that these women are only having babies that they want to have with the men that they want to have it with, right? So if these men feel trapped, it's your fault, because you shouldn't have had sex with her raw. It's your fault because you should have pulled out, or you should have made sure that if she's somebody that disgusting that you couldn't possibly imagine having a child with, don't have sex with her. Have sex with somebody else that you can picture having a child with. I just feel like it's very reckless for men to not accept the fact that you have the responsibility to make sure you don't have a baby that you don't want, because we have plenty of ways to not have babies that we don't want. Women, y'all don't have that. So you have to be extra cautious, in my opinion.
Hold on, Ali. And I think this is where it's getting muddy at. Essentially what that dude, because I'm glad y'all brought him up, the 7 baby mama dude, that's essentially a world of equality, where a man elected to say, "I don't want to take care of a kid," and he bounced. That's equality. A man has the options to opt out of parenthood the same way that a woman does. And here's the reality. Men and women both opt out of parenthood for the same reasons. The same reasons why men walk away from being fathers is the same reasons why women delete babies or give them up for adoption. They're literally the same. Almost stat for stat. So here's the thing. This is the reason, because this went down a rabbit hole. This is the reason why I said women elect to be single mothers, because the ball's in your court. The ball's in your court. Whether he decides or not, whether he's there or not, you can still say, "Hey, look, this man ain't married me," because that's the number one thing for commitment. You know without a shadow of a doubt that a man is committed to you the moment he puts a ring on your finger, because that's very consequential to him. It's actually more consequential than giving you a baby.
Right. And
So
then
you know without a shadow of a doubt that he's gonna be at least gonna be there with you for that child, barring y'all don't have any other issues.
Right.
So the moment, go ahead.
Pause. So every time you pause, you give me go ahead, fam. I want you to finish. When you pause, I ain't trying to cut you off. I promise.
So the moment you decide to have the baby with a man that never married you, then that point you elect to be a single mother. But even further, like I said, you elect to be a single mother if you continue to let your child grow up without a father in a home, because you have options. You have plenty of options out there. Pick one.
In the way you're using the rhetoric too, Fantasy, which a lot of women do, with respect to you too, I'm not throwing no shots at you. We're saying you should have picked better. It should, both of y'all are in this. You should have, you don't bring in the fact that woman should be a man that a woman that man should have trusted. If we're both laying down, regardless if it's reckless, regardless if it's irresponsible, if we're both there for each other, both of us should be able to make a decision on what's best, versus the person just saying, "I'm doing whatever I want to do when I want to do it," instead of prioritizing what's in the best interest of the baby, and which is typically not even get to the point to having a baby, using birth control, being able to utilize Plan B, really knowing who this man was, what his favorite color, can he be a great father, who is he? Because what I do know this, them second and third babies, when a woman doesn't want a kid, she's not going to have a kid. When she says she's done, she's done. And then she'll meet a man that pick her up from a position where she had compromised herself with another man, and she'll tell this new man, "I don't want any more kids." But she gave her best to the guy she didn't want to have a kid with.
Hey, Ali, I'm about to put a meat hook in all this real quick. Keep it real. most men ain't walking away from the relationship. It's women. The marriage rates tell you that, and that's the
90%
only
on walking away. Yep.
That's the only.
But
That's the
why
only,
are they walking away?
Doesn't matter. It
Yes,
doesn't
it
matter.
does matter.
It's
called it.
Here's the reason why.
No, Sweeney,
Hold on,
Sweeney.
wait,
It
hold on,
does.
wait.
Tell her.
No,
It
I'm
does.
about to
All
explain
right,
why.
one
I'm about
mic.
to explain
One
why.
mic.
This is why it doesn't matter, because we know majority of the reasons why people walk away are for things that can be fixed. It's not for the worst things that happen.
Yeah.
It's for things that can be
the
fixed.
truth.
When you talk about
All
when people
facts.
talk about why they walked away from their marriage, it's mostly we grew apart and reconcilable differences.
That's not what happened. That's not why.
That is why.
That is
No, it's
why.
not. Go look at it before you
looked at it.
respond.
I've
Hold
looked
on,
at
I'm
it.
talking to Mr. Let Go. That's all.
Oh,
I can
okay.
only take one of you at a time.
Irreconcilable differences is an umbrella term. That's a lot of things. You
Yeah.
can
That's a
not
lot of
highlight
different
one
things.
thing by saying irreconcilable differences. So that doesn't equal nothing was wrong. That's not
I
what
didn't
that
say that.
equates to.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
People try
I
to
didn't say that
simplify
was-
it into that, but that's
He
not
said
what it
things were
is.
fixable though. Things can be fixable.
You don't know
is
that
what
it's
he said.
fixable. That's the point. You
Majority
don't
of
know
the
what it
reasons-
is. It's an
even
umbrella
majority-
term. You don't
even
know what
majority of the
is
reasons-
the reason.
Even majority of the reasons that people declare are fixable issues.
To you.
Okay, well, all right.
No,
then.
it's not to
Okay,
know.
thank you.
No,
All right,
it's
so
fixed.
it's
No,
not-
I don't think you care. You would be better
Somebody
off
with a
saying,
high school diploma
hold on.
can
You would
fix
be
it.
better
Let
off
Sheba go.
saying.
Sheba, go
You
ahead.
would be better off
I ain't even
saying.
said shit for 20 minutes. God
My
damn.
bad. You
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Sheba, go ahead.
You got
the
it
whole
next.
first half.
You would be better off saying, I don't care, as opposed to it's fixable. But just go look at the stats and look at the reasons why. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Most of it is
All
either financial or infidelity, for which
No, mental anguish, like emotional anguish.
All right, Bruiser, get in there.
No, man, it's man, y'all totally. I don't know what the hell going on. But the reason these motherfuckers leaving this marriage is because most of them is finance reasons, which can be fixed. It's a lack of selflessness. You having these children out here, and you want to vacate the fucking union, and knowing that the children are going to suffer. It's a lack of selflessness, because you only care about your damn self. So you don't want to fix the situation. So don't try to point at it and say, "Oh, you don't know the reason why." That's the reason why. It's a lack of selflessness. Period.
But Bruiser, you were selfish, so I really can't take you serious when we talk about divorce.
No, I wasn't selfless. I didn't have any kids involved.
You
So I
still
didn't
broke
have any- I
somebody's
didn't-
heart. because
He
you
ain't had no
wanted-
kids involved,
I
so
didn't
that's
have no
null and
kids
void.
involved.
Okay, y'all moving the
Nice
goalposts
try, but
tonight? We were just talking
your
about
little
divorce.
plug ain't gonna work this
He ain't
time.
had no kids
Harlan.
involved.
Y'all
There
didn't
were no
say
kids
y'all
involved.
didn't say kids. Y'all
I
said
just
divorce.
said kids.
It's all about kids. It's about family. There was no kids involved.
We were
the point of
talking
getting
about
married?
two
Stand
subjects.
down, Sheba. Yo.
No.
Stand down.
It ain't
Bruiser,
gonna
go
work
ahead.
this time.
We were
Sheba.
talking about two
Go ahead,
things, and then
Bruiser.
Sweeney changed the topic. Ali was talking about women that choose to have kids and not come together with a man. Then Sweeney switched the topic and talked about divorce. Now we're on divorce. We weren't talking about kids.
I didn't switch the topic on divorce. I said the reason majority of the time men aren't just walking away from their kids. Majority of the time women are still leaving relationships. You could say, well, what about the reason? Considering the fact that we do to one another, you can we can make a easy argument that 50% of the reason why relationships don't work is because of the woman, and 50% are because of the men. But 70% of the time the woman is the one leaving. So
Whether
with
there's
that
kids
being,
involved or not.
whether there's kids involved or not. So in these situations where we even talking about fathers, most fathers aren't abandoning their kids. Women are just leaving the man, and then she takes the kids with her. And now
most
he's
times
forced.
the man leaves the woman, not the kids.
And
Yeah.
even if the man
I
does
don't
leave
think
a woman,
anyone's arguing that the man normally leaves the kids.
We're arguing
So,
the
in
issue.
a-
We're arguing the issue
so-
though.
But the
So
thing
in those
is,
situations-
when you're divorced, you split. You split your assets, you split your children.
but you don't split
If they
your
decide
children
they'd
because
rather keep the children together, if they decide they'd rather keep the children
You don't
together,
split the children.
then
The
that is an
children go with the
option, but you
mom.
can
That's
split
not
the
splitting the children.
The children don't
Splitting the
have to
children
go
is
with the
one
mom.
child goes
That's a
with the
choice
dad, one
that you
child goes
make.
with the mom.
That's a choice. Yes, that's a choice that you
No,
make.
it's not the
to not
choice.
split
It's the
the
court's
children.
choice.
Yes, it is.
It's the court's choice.
It
Did
is
you
a
let her
choice that you
finish,
Not
Mr.
ours.
Let Go, please?
It is a choice that you make to split the children or don't split the children.
It is not a
When
choice.
It's
my
not a
children
choice, though.
are 8 and 9. Yes, it is. When my children are 8
is
and 9,
not.
they're going to live with their dad. If there's a problem with my daughter living with her dad, then she's going to come back and live with me. My son is still going to live with his father. He's still going to be there. It is a choice that you make as parents. If you decide to let the judge make that choice for you, that's your business. But it is a choice that you and the other parent make about what is best for you and your children.
You know
Who made the choice?
Hold on, wait.
Hold on, what I'm saying to you is the woman makes the choice for it to be a choice, is what I'm saying. So if she turns around and says, I want my children to be with me, she's going to look at the judge and he's going to say, all right, that's what it's going to be. So the woman makes the choice for the judge to make a choice.
I said if you guys can't make a decision. Okay.
Right. Fantasy,
So
why are we pretending when
it's
when
usually
a woman,
the woman that can't make a decision.
Why are we pretending, and you go, Sweeney, from that we pretending when a woman literally is having a kid when a man didn't want one, all of a sudden she turns around and go, we're going to do what's in your best interest for the kid. We're going to do exactly what we need to do to make sure you're the greatest father for this kid. Why are we pretending that? Once she has that kid, she uses leverage over that man to try to make him do whatever she wants him to do. It never had nothing to do with the kid. It had to do with getting him and his resources and leverage. It had nothing to do with what was in the best interest of that child.
I think you're just projecting.
I was going to say,
she don't need to go.
I'm not even going to go in that direction.
Fantasy, how you?
That's
Fantasy,
not
are
the
you
truth.
serious?
Hold on, wait.
Yes, I am serious.
Direction.
That's not my
Fantasy?
experience with single mothers.
Hey, Sweeney,
That's
hold
not
on.
my
Who's
experience.
more
That's
important?
not my
Hold on.
experience with single mothers.
And this ain't no shot. This is no shot to no stepdaddies. Who should be the priority? The father that is there trying to be there, and you need to be on his page, or the stepdaddy? Who should be the priority?
The father who's trying to take care of his kid. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not disagreeing. Do
most women make that man
I'm disagreeing.
No, Fantasy, let me finish. Do most women make that man the priority, or they make the new man that they want to deal with the priority, and they keep going from man to man to man because it never was about the child?
Checkmate.
I don't think that's true.
Father.
That's not. No, you are speaking on very specific women. I know more women that have children that don't date because they have kids than I know that are jumping from man to man and blah, 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 blah. That's just a stereotype you see on social media. I don't see that in real life. I don't see that in real life. If you see that in real life, you can speak on that. But that's not what I see. I haven't seen that from any single mothers that I know.
I see it in real life.
I can't speak on. I can't speak for what you see, but I feel like you guys are speaking on a specific set of women.
We can. So don't argue with us.
You can speak on those specific set of women if you would like to, but don't generalize. It's not generally how mothers are.
I'll let her finish.
One mic.
You know,
Ali,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
finish you, but that ain't me. What I'm asking you is this: why is that man not being prioritized? Why is the man not being prioritized? Put it this way: all the men. Let me finish, and then you got it. All the men on this panel are biologically set. When a woman does something for him that he loves or wants to at least work something out with, he's gonna try to outdo her. Can all the men agree to that? Trigger Mike, Lego, Bruiser, Sweeney. It's biologically in us to outdo you. We're meant to outdo you. We're put on earth not to compete with you, to do for you. We're going to outserve you. Or we ask you to try to outserve us. So what is happening with this man that he's not being the priority when if you are doing for him, he's going to do for you? Most men are going to do for you.
I literally.
That's what I'm saying. Most men are going to do for them, and most women are going to allow them to do that. So you're trying to speak on a very specific set of people that aren't doing that, and I'm saying that's not the majority. Most men are going to take care of their kids. Most women are going to let men take care of their kids.
Not true.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
Oh, wait, here we go.
We can agree to disagree, gentlemen.
Why y'all ganging up on her?
I'm not
crazy shit.
Wait,
I disagree with you.
Let's let go.
If she stop talking, we won't gang up on her. She keeps saying dumb shit.
What are you talking about? If you stop talking, then we wouldn't have this conversation.
Let Sweeney get in there, yo.
Hold on, y'all. Sweeney, go ahead, and then B. Taylor just joined.
We taking this way further than it has to be. We know. I'll commend you, Fantasy Island Girl, for doing what you're doing with your father, with the father of your children. That is dope. But you are not the normal. Majority of the time, the reason why the judge is even involved is because the parents can't come up with a solid plan that works for both of them.
Right.
And more often than not, she's going to say, I don't want you to do what you're going to do. So I'm going to say no to that decision. And then the judge is going to come in and say, listen, this is how we're going to split it up. 66-33. That's normally how it goes.
Yep.
It's not for a lack of the father wanting to be there. It's for the fact that they cannot get along. And more often than not, it's the woman who doesn't want to relinquish custody. Because I've asked a bunch of women I said, would you let the father take the child at the age of 8 and raise them till 18 after you've had them from birth to 8? And majority of them said no. And that's literally 50-50.
Can I ask a question real quick? Do most men that you know that go through most men, not all, do most men that you know that go through custody battles? Because I heard you say the judge. Do they have an attorney that you know of?
One, attorneys are expensive, and two, if they do have an attorney, the attorney advises against it.
So would that be a yes or no? Most men that you know.
Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah, I said, do they have attorneys?
Don't try to simplify it to a yes or no question.
It is a yes or no.
It's not a yes or no question.
Yes, it is. When going through a custody battle, it is. It's important to have representation.
If
man.
the lawyer, first of all, most women don't have representation in court.
I'm talking about from your experience, because I know I've been through a custody battle. I've watched my husband go through one, so I'm asking, but I don't want to base it on what I know, which is why I'm asking you to have a more
You don't want to
well-rounded
base it on what you know, but you're gonna ask him from his own experience. That's a double
Sweeney,
standard.
you gotta answer.
I know what I know. Hold on, I know what I know, but I don't know what he knows.
Wait,
So I
why
wanna
y'all
know-
not letting her talk?
Yeah.
Y'all don't turn it down.
No, hold on, Eileen.
No, because nobody. No, let her talk to Sweeney.
So, sweetie,
Don't
I'm
do that.
asking you because
Don't
I
do
try
that.
not to generalize. That's why I'm
Right.
asking you. Because, like you told her, you said she's a different kind of woman. Her situation was different. That's why I'm asking you. Do most guys you know have they had legal representation?
Most
I'm
of them
asking
no.
for a reason.
Most people in custody battles, as far as like how we see it now, as far as custody and child support, most of them don't have legal representation.
Okay, and I'm asking because normally when they don't, they get the short end of the stick when it comes to child custody, as opposed to
and the reason why they don't is because the woman, like I said earlier,
Y'all
has
acting
the
like
ear
these
of the
men be
judge.
wanting to take their
Miss
kids
Taylor, don't
full
come up here with all
time.
that shit.
No,
Chill,
because I'm
please.
just saying,
Miss
like y'all
Taylor,
act
Miss
like these
Taylor,
men
wait
want to
your
take their
damn
kids
turn.
full time.
Hey.
You've been talking this entire time. You talking too
Okay,
much.
sit down.
My
So
time
all
to
I'm
take
saying
I
is,
am sitting down.
shut up. It goes back what I said earlier, Queen
hold
Sheba.
on. One at a time, y'all, so they can hear.
It goes back what I said earlier, Queen Sheba. Men, if they don't have control of the narrative of the woman, then the woman starts doing stupid shit and saying stupid shit. The judge is going to go right with what the woman wants, and that's all.
That's not true. I'm telling you, I helped my husband fill out. We went back. She asked for a lot of stupid shit. A crazy amount of money, trust funds.
Yo,
Hold on, let me finish.
Hold on, let her finish. Let her finish.
Jesus, I'm trying to give you what I've seen, and with my, I'm just saying on the outside looking in.
Let go. Let her finish.
Let him go because I don't think he can control himself.
He can. He just talks too damn much. No, you shut the fuck up. Don't tell him to shut up. You doing too much. You be telling women to shut up. You shut the fuck up.
Okay, Sheba and B. Taylor, let me ask y'all a question. And this is first thing, a lot of women will go to work for another man to pay another woman to take care of her kids. That's the first part, right? Should we, if we seeing that you have to go to a judge, another man, to make a decision on the behalf of both of us, should you be going to another man for that decision? Or should you make it with the man you had a child with?
We tried. I'm trying to give you firsthand. We tried all that. We tried to play nice, but she was playing. So I told my husband, you got to fight.
Let me ask
You
you a question.
Hold on. Let her finish, y'all.
Let me finish. I said, you got to fight. You got to hit her from the side. She don't expect you to get a lawyer. She don't expect. Hold on. Let me finish.
I'm not saying nothing. I promise I'm not going.
And I told him, you got to fight. And she asked for they're going to ask for a lot. But guess what? Even if you don't have representation, Google, YouTube is a hell of a tool. You can strike it and you can come back with a rebuttal. Now, if you have an attorney, they can do that for you, but I'm gonna just tell you this: most men are too lazy to fight.
There we go.
That is false, man.
No, y'all hold on, y'all. To our,
I actually agree with her.
To our point.
Of course you are.
Hold on, y'all. You talking about your husband, right, Sheba?
He was listen. My husband is one of
just real quick. No, just real fast.
I agree with.
He didn't want to fight at first because he didn't want to make his son uncomfortable. I was like, hell no, we're gonna fight.
No, he would have been considered lazy.
No, y'all hold up. No.
She should just contradict herself, yo.
No,
Sheba,
he's not lazy. If he wouldn't have done it, he would have been lazy. Absolutely, because I would not have wanted to hear a word about it. Hold on, let me finish. If he would not have seen it through, he would have been lazy. He would have been. Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question, Sheba? Do you think it's also that he doesn't want to do that to her? He doesn't want to put her in that position. He doesn't want to put his child in a position like that's the first question. Do you believe that he just don't want to put in that kind of position?
Yes, at first, but I had to get him to say, listen, you got to see past that.
And so number two of me and Mr. Lego and Sweeney point that we're making to you, should she be putting him through that? You married him, which you're saying he's a great, which means he's a great guy if you married him, right? You're giving validation to the fact that he's a good man, that this woman is mistreating and not acknowledging to be a great father. And he probably left the relationship, whatever way he left, she left it.
She was just, I'm not going to say she was trying to make him a bad guy. She was pulling a power move. That's it.
That's the point.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on, Sweeney, just after that, that's the point what we're making is that he shouldn't have to be going through that with her. She had a kid with him. Now he has authority. That's my child. And I have to have responsibility over you and the kid. Most men will want to have responsibility over the woman and the kid. If she says no, he will check out because he can't. Just same thing that's happening with 50 Cent. Same thing that happened with Master P. Once the mothers get involved to the point that they're inside the kid's head, the man usually ends up losing his kids and his woman because
you just got to work for it, Ali. And that's too much of a work.
All right, so cheap. But let me ask you one question. What is the visitation agreement for your husband and his child?
We worked it out. So hold on. I don't mind. I don't mind. So first, I mean, like, how honest you want me to be?
I want you to be as honest as possible.
So we could have gone 50-50, but then there's a location, geographical issue. Because if we wanted to do that, we would have been assholes. So that's why it's important to have a good woman and a good man to say, hey, listen, we cannot go into this emotionally. He's in Connecticut, we in Texas. Let's not do that. He's been with his mother. Let's allow him to stay with his mother. But here's what's feasible. Let's get him summers. Let's switch holidays. If she has him Christmas, we'll have him Thanksgiving. If she has him Thanksgiving, next year we get him Christmas and we get him spring break and we get him anytime he wants to come for basketball camp, right? There are times we are supposed to have him. And he's at an age, if he says, hey, I want to go to Puerto Rico this summer, we're cool. Okay, go ahead and go to Puerto Rico. Like we're doing it with love as opposed to, what is it? What's the English word for it? We're doing it with love as opposed to coming in like ruling with an iron fist. I can't think of the English
dictatorship.
word. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this again. Great for you, that and amicably. I'm gonna say this. I was one of those ones that had to fight for the rights of for my son. My baby mother, I didn't know my son existed until he was 2 years old. And I was one of those ones that didn't need a lawyer, and wound up getting all the custody rights I deserved. Well, I got joint legal custody. I was able to get all the visitations. I was able to change his name, and I'm able to claim him every other year on taxes. But that's without a lawyer. But I was lucky enough to be in a father's right state at the time. So I didn't really need a lawyer at the period of time because not only that, but she didn't have a lawyer. But that is not the norm. Even the most fair judge right here in Texas, he's on YouTube right now. He's arguably one of the most fair judges I've ever seen. And he still gives custody 66-33 regardless of location.
But y'all are still ignoring the fact that the narrative is not talking about the quality of the women. The fact that we got to fight for the kids.
And
we're not addressing that. We have to fight for the kids. Like the fact that you have to fight for the kids says everything.
But why can't y'all just come together and like work this out?
If you had a kid, if we having a kid, and you want that man to be obligated, just like we wanted a relationship, you have to make compromises for that man.
Hey,
he
Ali,
has authority now.
Let me answer B. Taylor's question because she did ask a really good question. She said, "Why can't y'all just come together?" That's the entire point we're trying to make. A woman has first right refusal. The moment she says, no, I don't want that, that's where the courts have to be involved. The moment she says no. See, the thing is, here's the difference between men and women. A man would say, I don't want to be around for a child, and a mother has to deal with that in the sense of, okay, well, I have to go to court and make him be a father. The difference for men is that men who want to be fathers got to go to court to fight to be fathers, whereas women have to fight to make men fathers.
And the men who walk away just didn't want to deal with what those men wanted to deal with, and they go, "Oh, he deadbeat." No, he just didn't want to deal with that. Where a lot of men go fight and let go. Just wait.
Go ahead.
There's men who want to fight and deal with it, and there's men go, "Man, I can't deal with this. I'm just leaving it alone. I'm not going through none of that." That's the difference.
And I just want to say this one thing. I got a vasectomy. All y'all kiss my asses.
Nobody cares.
But yeah, that's ultimately the ultimate thing. The reason why it's not as easy to work it out as we claim for it to be is because the moment y'all don't agree, more than likely it has to go in front of a judge.
But like
more often than not, the judge is going to give the child to the mother by default, based on a lot of different reasons.
But y'all don't have to follow that. Y'all don't have to follow that. Like me and my son's father, like we sat down and like talked about it, right? And at first, you know, I can see why some people do go the child support way, because sometimes when there's emotions involved and people not agreeing on certain things and you want to like decrease the communication, you don't want to always hit that person up like, oh, I need it, like, you know. So some people, I can see why they do that, but others, like, you get a, you don't have to follow what the court is. Like, you can see your child. I think it should be, you should see your child as much as you want to see your child. You want to come and pick him up and take him to a birthday party on the weekends, that's your weekends, do that. Like, I don't understand what's so hard.
Like that.
Wait, I got it. B. Taylor.
It's like that with me. Like, I co-parent just fine. And
you have
we're
to
like
understand,
all one big family. Like, I don't understand why.
You have to understand that the reason why this all exists is because a woman said no. The moment she says no, hold on, wait, hear me out. Hold on, hear me out. Chill. The moment she says no, y'all going to court. You can say we can figure it out 100%. All you want. I can say, hey, look, I want my kid 50% of the time. Let me get him half the year. The moment she says, I don't want you to have him half the year, you gotta go to court. That's the problem.
Well, why can't you compromise? I think the problem is, okay, well, I'm trying to give y'all the solution because I literally have a good co-parenting ideal situation. So I'm trying to give it to y'all. I'm saying that it's about compromise. Mom's not going to get her way. You're not going to get your way. You talking about 50 and she's saying no. You could just say, hey, you know what works for you? Because I want to help you out where all the pressure is not on you. You shouldn't have to take the weight of having this child all the time because it's also my responsibility. You know what happens is that the men get frustrated and mad, be like, man, you know what? Man, you being this, you being that. Like, when you snap on a woman like that, she's going to react emotionally. But when you come at her and be like, you know what? I'm trying to be a dad. Where can we meet in the middle? So because the thing is, once y'all realize, y'all are going to have disagreements. Y'all need to understand we're going to disagree, but we got to promise each other we're going to meet each other in the middle and compromise. That's the problem. Y'all feel like because y'all not together no more, you're not sleeping together no more, y'all got to compromise. Y'all got to come together and compromise for that child and put that child in the best situation as possible. Not hand over one child to one parent and the other parent barely see them. Like, it shouldn't be like that.
All right, so let me hold on real quick, Bruce.
No, final thoughts.
Bro, hold on.
Go to bed.
B. Taylor,
I got my second. I don't care.
Please chill.
I got
B.
my
Taylor,
second.
me and you are together. We have a child together. I say, hey, look, take all the pressure off of you. I really like to see my kid. I want to see him half the year. So 3 days out the week this week, I get him 4 days next week, and we keep flipping back and forth. That's 50-50, right? You say no.
No, I wouldn't. I say take them.
Okay.
I want my weekends.
All right. So that would be going 50-50. The problem is in majority of these situations, the woman is not willing to give up 50-50.
But what if she say, like, you can have him 4 days out of the week this week and then 3 days this week, and then
that's 50-50.
Like, would that be
that's
what I'm
50-50.
saying? But okay.
Yeah. B. Taylor, can you admit majority of times? Hey, let go. You being let go. You got to stop with this stuff, man.
I just want to say one more thing.
Hold on, Bruce. You're not Lapeef, man. You're not JR. You got to stop with that, yo.
Bro.
Majority of
times, B. Taylor, can you admit majority of times in the initial time when two people, it's a very sensitive time, the women do try to use the kids against the man. When it goes later down the years, then the women get tired. She be like, dang, I do want him to come pick him up, but it's too late by then. The dude didn't check out.
Yeah, no, that's true though. But I would say, and I'll admit, like, when I was younger, like I had my moments where I was being bitter, right? So what happened was, the difference with my son's father is that he truly cared about me. So we went to the park with the stroller and sat down, and that motherfucker just let me vent. He was like, let it out. Just let it out. Tell me how you feel. And I just got to cry and tell and say everything that I wanted to say. And it was just like, oh, wow. Like, okay, you know what? I don't have no reason to hold this against you. Like, you actually care enough to let me be heard. And I think that's where a lot of women go bitter and wrong, because they're like, oh, this motherfucker don't care. He don't care. Oh, he hurt me. I'm gonna hurt him. Da da da. Like y'all gotta put that to the side. And like I feel like as a man, he led that situation because I am a woman. I am emotional. And I'm not gonna think logical all the time, right? I can think logical, but I'm not gonna think logical all the time. So he took the lead to be like, you know what? I'm gonna just let you have it out. And then we ain't had problem. Like we co-parent. Like we're literally the ideal like co-parents.
So can I get my final thought out real quick?
Yeah, we're gonna finish off with bruises.
So this is my final thought question. If emasculation is heavy on single mother households, and women are aware of this, why aren't women pushing for fathers to be custodial parents?
Because they're not aware of it. I don't think they're
a
aware
lot of
of it.
dads not trying to be custodial parents.
I think it's like Ali said, it's a power move. They're not doing it because it's a power move. And that's,
B.
that's
Taylor,
it.
I didn't mean to be mean to you. You just came up here talking crazy. So you said some real shit.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There we go. We're gonna get to the super chats on that one. Original Everything says Tommy is for the street. Sharon Thomas says Bruce always taking a shot at someone. Queen Sheba, how did you miss that? He was slick with it.
He said you read on a 3rd grade level or something like that.
I ain't going nowhere. I love me some black folk, even when we disagree. I ain't going to real talk. How many red blouses do Mr. Let Go have? Bruiser, please do your Let Go impression.
Not blouses.
Relationship / situationship. If you value my leadership and protection, you must yield to some of my insecurities. Shout out to the women tonight. Nurse looking cute, Precious looking fine, Island Girl looking good, Lucky looking pretty. Sheba, that's a nice shirt. 150.
Why you say
Bruiser talking to Let Go and Sheba. Bruiser looks like he works for Geek Squad. $1. Shout out to Ali for pronouncing the words.
Y'all killing me with that, man.
You are understood, brother.
I'm saying it right.
Nurse Key, you would never be man enough.
Facts.
Shout out to Emperor Azen, $50 says Bruiser. The ladies didn't want to directly answer your question because knew. I guess they knew. But the question was perfect. They claim to not need men, but are actively raising men who they themselves would never be with. Then unleash these ninjas on our daughters. Milton says, so what are you saying, Queen Sheba, is when in a situationship, a woman doesn't have to listen to that man. So then you're also saying the man doesn't have to protect that woman because it's a situationship, right?
Fair question.
Mr. Let Go redeemed himself. Send the kid to his dad. Mr. Let Go needs to overtalk everyone is insecure. Parker says, no woman take on the cape mostly when they know they've made a mistake. Ladies, we must vet better. If you lack wisdom, ask for it. Seek mentors. Told y'all she was only here to argue with men. Nurse K stayed quiet all the show because she's shallow. Typical strong, independent pookie picker.
Strong. I'm a strong woman.
Women say they got options, but don't use them for their sons who need them the most. Backbone of the community.
Can't find no damn man to be with them. It's so sad.
Y'all know every time you have sex with a person, each person you're actually getting married, let that sizzle in your spirit. It's covenant. I swear to Zeus, Ali's questions do not end.
Oh my God, that's what we all be saying. He just
no. I bet most of the things is about you. Don't even do that. It's Mr.
They're giving birth to
babies. All children. Come on.
If I got you pregnant, I'm now in love. Period. 2. Women pregnant by me, no marriage. I'll hustle for the kids. And women till they're 18 plus understood. If y'all only know men like the ones y'all describing, y'all might need to join Anti-Dang's Patreon or get some new friends. This ain't the majority. If you create a bastard child, that's not a good thing. We providing solutions for something that shouldn't happen in the first place. Married first. B. Taylor is young Sheba. Sheba is older B. Taylor.
What?
Yo.
Today, our reflection of
I
men.
think B. Taylor and Sheba are the two.
That
two
was a
same
good
people.
one.
Nelson Media.
I have not seen them two talk at the same time yet.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're the same people.
They are from the future.
They're the same people.
Wow.
Nelson Media. Shout out to Nelson. Mr. Let Go is regressing to his inner child right now. Good show, like Mr. Let Go look like before and after you put lotion on your knees. All jokes. Like in the rich says, now I see why Pearly is so popular. These black women.
Oh shit!
I think that's all the super chats, man. Just want to say
Shucking
thank you,
and
guys.
jiving. Shucking and jiving.
We got a few more in there, I think.
I read them all. I had them
Oh
out.
shit! That last chat.
I just got one thing to say.
Don't nobody want to hear about your vasectomy.
I got a vasectomy, so everybody kiss my ass.
Well, there you go. I want to say thank the panel, B. Taylor for popping up and between Sheba for helping moderate. Trigger Mike did.
Taylor thing got her wig on. That's why her screen is off.
I'm in my bed.
Trigger Mike did a phenomenal job tonight. Make sure you guys tune in to his show tomorrow. What's the topic? Let's see. Topic is Donald Trump to be indicted, freezing your eggs, male insecurities. Oh, he running back to male insecurities. So y'all make sure y'all tap in the Trigger Mike show in the morning. Also, make sure you follow everybody on the individual platforms. Most of the people on here do have YouTube pages. So make sure we support each other. Let's build a better community. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I do not understand why the likes be so low, but this was a great show. I watched all of it. So I was here. Anything else? Anybody need to fill out the HR report?
Yeah, I got something to say.
Yeah. A second, me. Go ahead, man.
Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Way up. They keep on calling.
All right, fam.
They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud. Bad girl from the soil. She taking me out of this world. Bitch, I'ma go wave. Nice guy with a cold shoulder. You be cool, but I don't know you. Wrote a flower and I'm off the potion. Give me superpowers and I won't stop. To the bank roll on supermassive. Big bank for the space chatter. Way up in the squad NASA. Couple filled with the dark magic. Subtle flex when I run a race. Tell these rap niggas eat my dust. Lil baddie after cellular. Talking life and I would set it up. I'm a sharpshooter, yeah, Will Smith. Call me Prince Park, let me freshen up. Bay boy on a level up. Way up, near the nebulas. I'm never copping a chain. Cause I see it all through the frames. And I leave it all on the pages. Feeling like they want me locked in a cage. They want us all in the fake shit. But I'ma go all the way A with it. Cause I don't feel all the way safe here. Nah, spray the champagne shower up in the air. Stunning goggles, what the fuck is a flute? Untamed and she wide off the goose. Ghost ride, bitch, I come through the roof. Fuck 12 cause they all on my tail. Hella wild and I break all the rules. Chill, bro, you way out of line. Yeah, I know it's a mood. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud. But I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the soil. She taking me out of this world, bitch. I'ma go all the way. Got the squinting, got the Katie spinning. I'm outrageous with it, going crazy with it. Got the phrase jumping off the page, gifted. Got the waves pushing, got the neighbors tripping. Got the trap booming, jumping out the speakers. Drip on me, jumping off the easy. Gold wristed, couldn't tell me shit, bitch. Nah, bottle fisted. Cooking the bars, turn a lab into a living kitchen. Niggas grimace when I water with it. Subtle flexing in the candid image. Come from pushing in the S type with no license, gas low, the windows tinted. Still couldn't see me with the zoom on your little vision. Nah, we are not the same. We got different lenses. No one snapping like we something real. Vivid, keep it realistic. Fuck the splitter with my day ones. Got the label making bank runs, cause the train of thought like a freight, huh? I'm the type to get a late start. You the type to be afraid, huh? I'm the type to never have things. You the type to have it made, huh? Yeah, wave. And I keep fueling the flame, huh? How they got me going this hard? Really, I'm the type to never say much. Vice grip, got the game clutch. Every song make the stage rush. I always said making money might change things, but never let it make us. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, but I'ma go all the way up. Bad girl from the soil. She taking me out of this world, bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, bitch, I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud, bitch, I'ma go all the way up. Young nigga with a dream, hold it down for my team. I'm afraid of how I'm feeling. I get high in the ceiling. How I'm feeling, high in the ceiling. I've been living like a past roots in this rap tap to the living like a finish. Bitch, I'ma go all the way up.
Y'all make sure you hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the greatest network ever, the Lapeef Network. Shout out to the Lapeef Experience. Hit that like button, family. Hit that like button.
Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it.
Shout out to all my green gamers in the chat. I see.
We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it.
Look, mile like 3-6 pulled up, ski trip cold winter. All my eating good. I remember when we had no dinner. West side, east side, no side, both sides with me. Check, come and check, leaving flex season 12, come and get me. Gil to run around high speed, chasing all the big bags. Bending corners, bending rules, bending necks, Gil the whiplash. Slide through hot knife, warm butter storm, gutter drain lane. Young man, old habit, still let it, tryna let my chain hang. True story, new story, 2-story condo, B&B. 4 bath, 1 me, no key, like I did a B&E. Being me, so good, so hood, so not worried about it. 250,000 new views, old news, know you probably heard about it. Extra, read about it. Headline, word around town, flexing. Ballin' on my course, so I ain't worried about nobody out of bounds, stressing. Feeling like Hercules, murder these ain't a problem to me. Tried to tell the maid service don't come unless you bringing condoms to me.
Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking money, power flipping.